And we are live. Guys, welcome to Freshfit podcast. Today, we're joined by James Bradley, multi-millionaire and pilot. Guys, you guys are going to love this one. It's going to be a lit episode. We're going to learn how to make money. Let's get into it.
All right, so it is Money Monday, and we got James Bradley in the house, stock investor, loyal patron, and supporter.
Number one moderator for Freshandfit.
Exactly. Guys, imagine being a moderator and end up on the show. That's some real top level stuff, man. So welcome, James.
Thank you.
But yeah, so we got announcements to make today. A lot of stuff going on. So we'll start off.
Yeah. So guys, first and foremost, thank you for all the support on the playback roast. Those guys got what was coming to them.
Cooked.
Yeah, and they basically got cooked because at the end of the day, when you shoot shots at us, we're gonna shoot back.
Yeah.
And
guys, we never lie, guys. Anything we tell you guys is from our hearts and from our experiences. We don't lie about stuff. Like, this is real life for us. So
yeah, I mean, like, if we're gonna tell you guys our embarrassing stories of how we're like taking L's with girls and getting curved, left on scene, girls bailing on us, whatever it is, like, if we give you guys 3 L's and then 1 W, and it's embarrassing L's, you know, you got to be critical of the guys that don't share the information, that don't tell you their L's. They only tell you about their W's. You know what I'm saying? But us, we gladly tell you guys our L's first. And then, to be honest with you guys, for every like 3 or 4 L's, then we'll get maybe a W. So when Fresh is talking about, I had, I hooked up with 3 girls in one day. Oh, that's impossible. Bro, it's completely possible. And anyone that's decent with women knows that it's 100% possible. Another thing, too, is when you're dealing with top 1% guys, NBA players, celebrities, athletes, whatever it is, rappers, they're doing this all the time, guys. There's a reason why they talk about it in their rap music. So it's not that far-fetched. It's just far-fetched for them.
The average guy.
Because those guys, let's keep it real, they're fat, they're unattractive, they're lower value guys. Yeah, they might have some YouTube clout, but at the end of the day, like that isn't going to translate to getting girls. You know what I'm saying? So for them, it's like they can't even fathom it.
Their whole tech was unsolicited too.
Yeah.
And when I was in the chat room, I mean, it was just boom, they just cranking out bad stuff. You know?
Yeah, they were just hating, man. So
with
the playback guys. So whatever, it is what it is. And they came at us for a reason, guys, because some people were like, you guys are clout chasing. Whoa. Guys, we went viral on TikTok. We got millions of views on Twitter, Facebook. Daytime talk shows talked about us, Fox News, whatever. Tell me where Double Agent 00 or Fat Boy are on any type of real news article with Fox, whatever, without paying for articles.
None.
Okay, I'll wait. They're not on any of that stuff. So they attacked us for a reason, bro. Trust me. They're not going to go after us who have a significantly smaller following than them unless there was something for them to benefit. So they did their research when they made that roast. You know what I'm saying? They're just not going to acknowledge it because they don't want to look like they're clout chasing. But if in reality, if you Google us over them, you ain't going to see nothing on low. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just going to see low IQ if you Google him.
Low value.
You're low value. So anyway, with that said, thank you guys for supporting us on the roast.
We also got, tonight we have a full packed set of shows. We have later on, Lucario and Miles will go on.
In the game podcast with Lucario.
We have also as well, we should be having a 2 girls, 1 table here. So if you guys want to see it recorded, it's going to be patreon.com/freshfit. Don't forget that. And then, should we say it now? With the course or no?
We got something special for you guys in the middle of the show. But it pertains to our course, okay? But first, we want to give you guys some of this game from James. And also, we'll have a Zoom call as well.
Yes.
After this, for our higher tier patrons, where we're going to go into detail about how James makes his money. You guys can't see it, but there's a stack of papers here. My man brought his tax returns and everything.
See,
like
receipts. One thing is, right, like you can talk the talk, but James walks the walk. The receipts.
He literally has his 2019 tax returns. All his stuff is here, guys. He has his 2020 tax returns, like all his trades, everything. And he was like, look at this is all the money I made. I'm transparent about it. He showed us his trading account.
Let's do this right now.
Okay, right now. Yo, Chris, could you Can you put it? Actually, you know what? You gotta.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
get up there.
Yeah. He's probably gonna have to. Fresh, you take the phone and show it to them. So, guys, this is what's in his trading account right now, as of literally just a minute ago when he refreshed it. You're gonna have to tap on the screen, Fresh. Move into the camera. Look to your left, Fresh.
And tap the screen.
Yeah, and then tap the mirror screen. Tap the mirror screen for that area, so it focuses on that. Yeah. Move it. Bam. You guys see that? $1,485,699.18. That's in his trading account right now, guys. Okay? So you can't fake that, man. That's literally what's on it right now. So if anyone wants to say, who is this guy? Why should we listen to him? What's his authority, foundation, blah, blah, blah. There's no better form of proof.
And real talk, anyone we bring on the show has been verified, guys. So
Yeah.
real talk, James is here for a reason, and he's one of our best moderators in the world.
Yeah.
So that's why he's here too.
So, James,
Beforehand, we got 2 super chats.
okay, let's read those super chats and
The
get into
first
it.
super chat records Don DeMarco.
Oh,
Okay.
Frank.
Yes.
Frank Snorer, $2. Let's get it at it.
Shout out to our boy Frank.
JB, $2. He getting money.
Oh yeah, he is
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
money,
guys.
money.
There's no
Real
cap
money.
here. For everyone that's like talking smack, there's no cap. He brought a bunch of documents that I'm actually scared he brought them.
Hey, and if through the show middleway, if my neck feels kind of heavy, you'll know why.
Yeah, man. So, all right, guys. So let's get into it. So, James, obviously, we just showed them your trading account. Is that on what do you use to trade? By the way, that account is that Robinhood? Not Robinhood.
That's
right?
Fidelity.
Fidelity. Okay,
Yes. Mhm.
his Fidelity account. So, so James, for the people that don't know you, can you tell them who you are, what you do, everything like that, how you your origin story a little bit?
Myron, Fresh, Chris, and all the valued listeners out there. First and foremost, I am my own man, myself. After that, I'm a trader
Mhm.
and an airline pilot. So I emanate from within here, and then I am very much focused on my mindset every single day of being extremely positive and a go-getter.
Mhm.
This is where I'm at right now.
Mhm.
I came from a very poor background.
Mhm.
So south side of Chicago, okay?
Mm.
And I worked in Yoshino Bottling Company, putting the base cups on a 2-liter bottle on the night shift for an extra 10 cents
Damn.
an hour. Okay. And then I was able to find a job that paid a little more. So I cleaned toilets,
Mm.
moved on from there, went to high school. It was very competitive in sports in high school, graduated in the top 7%. And then I went to University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana.
Okay.
And that's where I got my degrees in business, which is the 3rd best business school.
Mhm.
And also got on my pilot's license.
Mhm.
And I became an instructor there,
Mhm.
graduated with honors and on the dean's list.
Nice.
From there, I started a couple businesses when I got out of school, and I started flight instructing. So
Yep.
this is how you build your experience to become an airline pilot, right? Which
Yep.
is what I always wanted to do,
Mhm.
right?
Even though
So-
you don't need to, but you know, at this point, you just do it because you enjoy it.
Correct. So there was a company back then called iMall. And what you did is you put a product or service on the web. And I'm like, man, nobody knows about this internet thing. I don't think this is going anywhere.
Yeah.
And, it turned into Amazon.
Oh wow.
But, there you go. See,
Yeah.
there was my first home run grand slam, and I just kind of let it go by the wayside, So I always had a positive attitude of I wanted to make it big. I wanted to be, sorry to say it, but I want to be rich. I shouldn't say sorry, but hey, man, being a high value man,
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to do.
No shame there.
And so after going through several different lower level jobs as a pilot, I finally was able to get a job working for a jet airline. Okay. And the economy turned down, and then I lost my job. And then there are no jobs in the United States. So I'm like, well, what am I going to do? Everybody tells me it's really scary overseas.
Yeah.
You don't want to go overseas. It's really bad. It's bad. Right.
Mhm.
So I decided I'm gonna take a shot at it, right? So my first trip after I went through this training, they put me in the left seat of the biggest airplane in the world. The left seat is the captain's position, is a 747.
Mm.
So 747 captain is the biggest airplane in the world, right? So it was pretty amazing for me to go from poor little boy to
Bottle
crazy, crazy big steps up.
Mhm.
I was in Hong Kong for a while, which I really loved. And just to let you know, I was in 56 different countries, right?
Jeez,
So
56?
56 countries. I have them all documented, and I lived in 8. So
Wow.
my favorite was Thailand.
Thailand.
Okay.
Why Thailand?
And Bangkok, Thailand.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I was also in Luxembourg. I lived for about a year. I lived in Shanghai for about a year. I was in the Maldives. I was in Bangladesh. I was in even Kazakhstan for a little while too, And
Quick question for someone that's RP aware, Where's the best place to live, you would say, from your experience?
It's a tie between Thailand and Colombia.
Boom.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Okay.
Right,
There you go.
right.
So James, and just for the people, just
Yeah.
so they know, how old are you?
Put him on the spot.
I need my lawyer for that one. Byron. So
There you
okay,
go.
so I'll give you a.
'Cause I know people in here are going to ask, "Oh, wow, he's
Right.
how
Right.
how-
So I was in the flight deck the other day. We were flying, and flight attendant comes up into the cockpit. Can't say cockpit, got to say flight deck, right?
Yeah.
of course."
So she looks at me
PC.
and she's chatting with me. I could tell she's getting flirtatious. And she's like, "So how old are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, what do you think? Guess." And she says, "I don't know, 39, 40. I'm like, "A little bit older." And she goes, 45. I'm like, "No." I go, "Try closer to 60.
Wow.
So, I guessed all the time a lot lower, but, I am nearing that age. So,
See, I couldn't tell, man. You're in
Yeah, it looks
shape,
good
dude.
for his age, man. You guys,
Thanks.
they look better than some 20-year-olds, bro. Like it's
You
just
better
like-
than me, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I
okay.
started trading in 94, though.
94.
Okay.
Mhm.
And if you want to talk about trading, because maybe I can help your fans here a little bit. 93, 94 is when I made my first trade. And I think it's going to be pretty equivalent to what a lot of you guys are doing now with GameStop, right?
Oh, GameStop. Yeah.
we can,
And we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah,
And
cool.
later, guys, don't worry. We're going to talk about GameStop and the whole what
A
was
Ro-
going on with that.
A Robinhood too?
we can talk about whatever
We'll
you want.
talk about all that. So,
Yeah.
okay. So James, obviously you've made millions of dollars on the stock market trading. And we're going to do a 101 here, right? Assuming you don't know anything about the stock market. James, can you just distill it for the people? What is the stock market? How does it work? The basics.
I love teaching, brother.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah.
Because so back in the 1600s, there
Yep.
was something called the Dutch East India Company,
Mhm.
and they needed money to make all these trips back and forth because they used to do like silk and all the different types of clothing. They did a trade back and forth, right?
Yeah.
So they went to people and they basically said, "Hey, give us some money,
Mhm.
and in turn, we'll give you a share of this company."
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you could say that the Dutch East India Company was the very first stock. Basically, that's how it started.
Mm.
Okay, so that's your little idea about the stock market is
Uh-huh.
you were getting a share of a company, basically.
Now, moving it to more modern times here in the West, obviously United States, one of the capital titans, right, in the world. How does it work nowadays in more modern times?
I would say that it's still basically the same thing, except the valuations. I don't really think that they follow what they should be, if you get my drift. And just to kind of put this in perspective, the Forex market is like over $1 trillion, just to show you size, and the stock market is not close to that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Forex is way bigger. Yep.
way bigger,
Yep.
but there's a lot less choices. So, hats off to your buddy. I know Cube, whatever,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I just want to say, I think for me, there's a lot more opportunities in the stock market. That's why I make my money all the time.
So what's the main difference for someone that doesn't know anything really about trading? What is the main difference between trading stocks versus trading Forex? Because Forex, I feel like, has exploded in popularity
Yeah.
in the past 5 years.
And
Like
the young-
everyone has started
young
trading
generation.
Forex, especially here in Miami. It's like a Miami thing. Like,
Yep.
hey, what do you do? I'm unemployed, but I trade Forex. You
I'm
know
a
what I'm
Forex trader.
saying? I'm a Forex trader. So, like, can you give the people an
So-
example? What's the difference between the two?
Right. With my Wall Street background, I'm just going to say that most people kind of consider the Forex kind of like a way to make money off of selling courses.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, because the average person in the street, they don't even know what Forex stands for.
Yeah.
What's Forex? Oh, it's something. Oh, but you can make a lot of money. Oh, okay. That's the problem nowadays is everybody's got this gambling mentality.
Yeah.
I want to get rich quick.
Yeah.
And even with your guys' shows, how about when it comes to meeting girls? Like, give me the one
Quick way.
quick line. I can do it, you
Yep.
know? So, yeah, everything's online now. There's no commissions are low to nothing, and people are just,
Anyone can get in.
Anybody
Barrier to
can.
entry is low.
and everybody loves the news, right?
Yep.
So it's just poison. Everything is so opposite compared to what I do and how to make money. It's not geared towards making money. It's to fleece you. Not what I do. I'm talking about what's out there.
Okay.
Because I see all these meetings, right? I say to myself, okay, there's meetings towards this Forex thing, but why am I gonna give my stuff for free? Like, I don't know how it works. I'm just saying, like, I don't know
I hear
why.
you, brother.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now we know the difference between the two with Forex versus stock. One is you're trading foreign exchange. Other one, you're sharing entities of a business.
Yeah.
Or trading entities of a business, right? Shares within the business. You said you did your first trade in 1994. How did you start?
Right. So the airline I was working for had company issued stock,
Okay.
and basically that's they offer you that. And by the way, here's tip number one. Boom. You ready?
Yeah.
Any company that's going to offer you some percentage to match, you must do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like a retirement account.
Correct.
Like with a
IRA, 401k,
exactly.
Roth, whatever, or not Roth, but whatever you have.
Yeah.
And the company's going to give you 3, 4, 5, 6%. I'm at 16% they give us.
Okay.
So
nice.
Well, it's awesome.
Yeah,
It's
that's actually
huge.
really good.
Yeah,
That's a
it's
lot.
insane. I
Because
know.
most
Yeah.
employers are going to pretty much top you out around 5%. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we'll give you
Yes.
5%, we'll match you 5.
Right.
But 16 is crazy.
Crazy.
So that's
And
great.
you've got to do it. You've got to.
Yeah.
It's not maybe.
free money.
Yeah, it's free money.
It's free money.
Yes.
Actually, you know what, James? What is your view on crypto? Like, should
I knew that question was going to go.
But for crypto, we got the two super chats.
Oh, two super chats. Go ahead.
Oh, we have,
Saved by the super chat.
Unique 79, $5. Showing love to James Bradley. Salute, my brother.
Hey.
Oh, shout out to
Cheers.
Unique.
Thank you, Unique.
Another good
All the way
moderator.
from the UK.
Robert Snez, 279. Shout out to James Bradley, OG moderator, and day one.
Don DeMarco.
Yeah, Don DeMarco for that one, man. And now you got from moderating to being on the show and teaching you guys. Man, I'm learning right now just from speaking with them, guys. Like when you're in a room with a millionaire, guys, you always want to take that opportunity to ask as many questions as you can, get as much value as you can. And, thankfully, James is so gracious to take the day off, come hang out with us and give you guys this free value, and he'll be running, when we do our Zoom call after, we'll be doing a much more intensive Zoom call on how he really made his millions. We'll show you guys charts, numbers, what he does specifically.
Yes.
So guys, hop on a Patreon VIP tier to get that special Zoom call after the show.
Yeah. So he's the real deal. And we'll show you guys.
And
people that want receipts, we'll show it in there.
I am beyond rare.
Yeah.
I know this is going to sound arrogant as fuck. Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine.
But I only had 7 losing days in 2020, which is unheard of, right? And I post all my trades on my Twitter account. And I mean, I've been interviewed by Benzinga Pro, which is strict for me even to get on there.
Yeah.
Now,
what's your Twitter?
_, James Bradley __.
Bam. You guys got that on Twitter, _ James and then _ Bradley.
No, James _ James Bradley __.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So yeah, guys, go follow him on Twitter as well so you can see the trades real time. So
hold on, we got
you got a question?
Crypto.
Oh yeah, crypto. Yeah,
not getting weight this time.
Yeah, because Bitcoin, for the people that don't know, Bitcoin has hit the all-time high. 40 what?
44K.
It hit 44K today. I thought it hit 43, so it's still going up then.
Yep.
So okay,
let's do it.
Let's start off with something nice first. Okay. Sterling Cooper had a show with Crypto Charlie on there, which is MLD's buddy, you know, and I was in the chat, not moderating. Why am I a moderator there, Sterling?
Sterling, John, make him a moderator.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
But I told him, I'm like, watch the breakout at 20,000. And I said, right, because it's a technical level, right? So everything that I do is based on charts. I don't care about the fundamentals or underlying at all. So let's take Tesla, for example. I don't care if it's going to have batteries. I don't care if it's going to be the next car maker. You can buy a stock based on that, but you better have a stop loss and you better have some target. Okay. And that's what people don't. Oh, I want to get rich. I just want to buy GME, GameStop. I want to buy this stock. Crypto, same thing. I love you guys. I'm just letting you know. Only put what you can lose. Sorry to say, no offense to all the guys out there selling. I love you guys, and I mean that. You're my friends. Yeah. But you just don't know when something's gonna pull the trigger and you know what I'm saying? I mean, I do think that decentralized finance is huge, and that's the direction it's going. Yeah. Okay. So for that alone, I think you're gonna be okay. Right. So am I in crypto? No, but I trade the crypto stocks all the time. Okay. Right. Because it's the same thing. You can have, several different stocks in the stock market that I can hold, like what you guys might be doing. I know whatever you can do.
I hold BTC and Ethereum.
Just make sure that it's a small percentage of your account. Like I don't like when I see anybody go all in on anything. Like that's called plunging. Yeah. And you do not want to do that.
I'm diversified. Like I got real estate and crypto, and then obviously the business. But like my thing is, I agree. Like you need to diversify. And then I always tell guys that want to get into crypto, hey man, if you're not really good and you don't know exactly what you're doing, don't put more than like 5 to 10% of your total net worth in there, man.
Correct.
Personally, in my opinion.
So let me echo something he just said, which is awesome, and I know you're involved.
Yeah.
I love that real estate idea.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Me and Fresh are both in.
easiest way to get rich.
Yeah.
Easiest. Okay. It's a market.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but I've been in the real estate. Well, my house down, you know, where I live south from here,
Yep.
it's completely paid off.
Yep. $90 million home.
I like it. The peace of mind of having something paid off.
Yeah.
Could I take all the money out of there and buy like 10 more houses? I could,
Yep.
but I don't want it. I want to be able to go to bed at night, and God forbid, so you got, you know, God forbid something, you
Yep.
know, you
Yeah.
lose, you know, you just want to be able to have that solidly paid off. That's my opinion. And it's just my suggestion for everybody.
Yeah.
But real estate's a market too. So now we're going to talk to about time of holding or your time frame.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to invest in the stock market,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm sorry, in the real estate market, know your time frame. If you're going to have to be in for the long haul.
Yeah.
Okay. Just like crypto, if that's where you're coming from, unless you're going to learn the trading skills.
Yeah.
Okay. And the stock market, long term too, unless you're going to learn trading skills.
Yep.
Okay. So,
and I want to say this too, James, because people are probably like watching this thinking like, wow, he only had 7 losing days, whatever. Guys, James has been trading for longer than some of you guys been alive. So, you know, it took a lot of hard work to get there. He's lost a lot, you know what I'm saying? In which we could talk about your losses as well.
Right.
You know, for transparency, because we're not going to sit here and just tell you guys, oh, he never loses. No, there were a lot of losing days. Okay. But he was able to build a knowledge foundation so that now he's pretty much minimizing his losses. But just like us in game and dealing with chicks, right? The knowledge and experience, where does it come from? The knowledge comes from experience, right?
Man.
Taking L's. The more L's you take, the stronger the W's are going to be in the future.
Facts.
Well said.
So,
Excellent.
so we got a super chat here. Go ahead.
David Kinder podcast, $10. Hey, salute guys. But shout out to James B. Flex always shows me love.
Hey, shout out to Avi Kingdom.
Taboo Smash $4.99. Let's really take around 20 years of doing the right investments to be a millionaire. How do you read and predict gains and loss in the market?
Perfect question. We're going to get into that right now, Taboo. Anything else?
No, we're good.
Okay, so you did your first trade in 1994, and you start. So can you tell us a little bit about
so,
just to finish up how you got started?
Sure. I was going to roll into that right now. So I started. I mean, I made a commitment full time in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it took me a long time to be profitable. Okay. This. Make no mistake. I want everybody out there to know this.
Yeah.
First and foremost, this is another fucking job. It's another career. Okay. You want to be, what'd you say? A doctor? Okay. What are you going to do, Myron? You're going to go to school, right? Then you're going to go to doctor school, right? And then medical school. I mean, and after that, then you go to your specific practice. Then you're going to go and you're going to do some type of, your own thing. It takes a long time.
Right.
It's in a trader. It's more difficult than being a pilot. More difficult than the doctors I know. They make mistakes. I mean, I've counseled and mentored over 100 people.
Damn.
Okay. And I mean, these are not just like average people. These are multimillionaires, right?
Teaching them how to trade.
Me, to my level.
Okay.
They've been trading for a long time and they can't seem to get profitable.
Right.
There's only 90% of people are not profitable.
Yeah.
Only 5 or 10%.
No one says that though. No one. See, here's the thing. They will never tell you, hey, only 10 to, somewhere between 3 to 10% of people make all the money, in Forex and stocks. And, obviously we're being transparent with you guys. You will probably lose in the beginning.
And guys, real quick as well.
This is real quick before I forget. I'm sorry. This is why Wall Street makes it so easy for you to enter a trade. Oh, here's a piece of paper. Here's your trade ticket. Just here, enter it in your your Webull, whatever thing you're using. Robinhood, and then you can buy stock. But it's the equivalent of having a scalpel in your hand, going to your daughter or your son and splitting over his head and saying, I'm going to do brain surgery on you now. This is that difficult. Make no mistake, everybody out there, listen to me right now, that you are going up against Wall Street's biggest and brightest and freaking the most richest, deep pockets people, and they can outlast you in liquidity any day of the week.
Bam. Wait, one more time? We got to give the raw reality, guys. We keep it real on this podcast. Go ahead, James.
You want to make sure that you're not going to trade. You're going to be a long-term investor, because most people lose in this game, and you're going up against Wall Street's biggest, brightest fastest computers. I didn't even say that.
The computers.
Okay, the computers are just
AI.
insane right now, right? AI and their algorithms. So don't do it. And let's put this. This is a huge thing I really want to get across to you guys.
Yeah.
Do you realize that? Let's say you got 10,000 in your bank account, right?
Okay.
And you're gonna go all in GameStop because I'm gonna make $100,000. People, is $100,000 really fucking life changing? No.
For some it will be, but I get what you're saying.
I don't
in
think
the grand
so.
scheme of
I don't
things.
think so because people will piss through that very quickly. That 100,000, right? The point of the matter is, you want to have them remind me about this. We can talk about this later. Discipline, process, time, and mindset. Please write those down because we got to go through each of those. This is huge value. This is like big time. I charge $500 just to do what do you call counseling and mentoring. I'm not selling it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know that the people that I know are charged $5,000. You know, to do this stuff.
Discipline process.
So discipline, process,
Time.
time, and mindset.
Also, I want to bring this up as well.
Yeah, I'm
regarding
sorry for cutting you off before.
trading, right? Guys, you can do this yourself, but guess what? There's a learning curve, and you're gonna fail multiple times. This is why it's important to have a mentor like James here, because James has been through it, the hardships. So if you find a mentor that knows his way, you can avoid the mistakes. You can win a lot faster. Now, it's no overnight success, but just having that mentor in your help space can get you way further ahead than you normally would by yourself. So it's very important to have a mentor.
Because a significant amount of time off too,
It does.
and losses.
It does. So
yeah,
it's very good.
Just like your course coming up, by the way, your high value course. Everybody out there, you got to get on this high value course. I've been on Patreon with these guys at the high tier. Just there's so much value. These guys are, I don't even consider, like somebody like on the other side of a TV screen. I look at you guys as my friends, somebody that cares. You want to be with people that really care about you. You want people that just want to see you success and share in your success. Do you understand that? That's so important.
Thank you, James. I appreciate that, man. We paid him $5,000 to say that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing around. No, thank you so much, James. That means
It's
a lot.
Fact.
We got some.
Okay. So Frank Snar, $5. Good experience. Experience comes from making bad decisions. Mark Twain.
All right.
Good decisions come from experience.
Yeah, Extra Guac, $5. Shout out to fellow trader. How can we get a consult with James?
How can they?
What does he want?
How does he do a consult with you?
Yeah, I'll give you my email and then we can chat, see if it's right for you. Right. So my email is James Bradley, just like my name, James Bradley, and the number 1 at gmail.com. Okay. And then we also have the Twitter. You can DM me Twitter, and then you guys have my
Instagram.
My Instagram.
Yeah.
So
yeah, James doesn't even care. He's like, oh yeah, you want a consult? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he'll help you if needed, guys. But yeah, I mean, he's already made his money, man. So he has no incentive to
and to be honest with you, the counseling isn't really make that much money because you'll see all my trades roughly $1,000 in 1 minute. And I turn up.
Showed us earlier.
Yeah, and I just walk out the door and I go to the gym, and that's my day. Oh, why don't you now we're going to start getting deep into trading here, so maybe you don't want to go into this, but you want to follow up with something else because
so actually, you know what? So yeah, let's talk about
2 super chats, by the way.
Let's hit the super chats real fast.
Remind me what I was going to say though, Fresh, okay? Because I don't want to forget that.
Dylan 489, James Bradley, how do you rate performance sources of technical?
No. How do you rate
platforms
sources of technical analysis?
The terminal, trading view, and specialty subscription services?
We will answer that. That's actually one of my questions on this list. So don't worry. Stay tuned, guys. Keep that question saved, though, Chris.
William Thomas, $5. What's your take on stock advisors such as Motley Fool?
We will answer that at the end as well. That's an excellent question. So
all right, perfect. We're good to go.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So James, so we talked about your first trade in '94. How long it's taken you to get good at this?
Right.
You had only 7 losing days in 2020. And you have something?
Yeah, before I forget.
Yeah.
So in 2000, I don't remember, that was a tech wreck. They called it to 99, right? And it blew up in March of 2000. So
Y2K.
Everybody's doing like they were doing, for example, with this GameStop, right? We were in the gym all pumping up and stuff. Hey, did you hear about pets.com? I mean, this is the old days, right? 99, So like, wow. So everybody's putting money. They're making like 20 grand a day. No shit. My workout partners are making like 20,000 a day. So everybody was going all in, right? And then, we're looking at our accounts go up now. Dude, I was a poor commuter airline pilot back then, and I turned what I had into $250,000.
Wow!
And then March of 2000, boom, gone all the way down to 10,000.
How much money did you put in to where you
90,000?
You had 90,000.
That was everything in my bank account. 90,000 at the time.
You were all in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
and again, that's just greed. I'll call FOMO for fear of missing out.
Yep.
And these are things that you gotta ingrain in your head, like burn in your disk drive if you're gonna be a trader, right?
Yeah.
These are gold nuggets, guys.
Is that what taught you, like, never ever put all your eggs in one?
Yeah,
basket?
I needed to learn how to trade, because all I did was what they call is just throwing money in the pot and seeing it go up. You know, like what's going on with crypto. Sorry to say, you know, and it was in the past. Housing stocks, you know, and gold. I mean, they all have their bull runs.
Okay.
And you got to identify that by using charts.
Okay. So for people that don't know, a bull run, guys, is when it's going up in value, versus a bear market is when it's, you know, going low, right? So,
and ironically, real quick, most of my trades are shorting, and we'll go into that too.
Sure.
That's where I make most of my money, is on the price going down.
So is that movie The Big Short, is that real?
I didn't see that, actually.
Okay, cool.
But I would assume it is. So
okay.
I heard good things about it. So
you had this experience in 2000. You had 90,000 and you made 250 grand.
Right.
Then you said it crashed in March of 2000.
The NASDAQ cracked because they were all tech stocks, right?
Boom.
Yeah.
And then how much did you lose then?
From 250,000 all the way down to about 19,000 roughly.
Holy crap. So what did you do after that?
Great question.
Yeah.
So I set on a journey to become better.
Okay.
Right. And what I did was I started taking courses and reading a crazy amount of books. So I started, like I said, 93, 94 to 2000.
Yeah.
How many years of that is just thinking like, oh, I'm cool, I'm going to go buy something, right? Because I'm, like, you know, walking around like this, you know what I'm saying? So I went on this journey. I found this guy, and I'm just shout out to this guy. His name's Jason Levitt. Okay. LevittBrothers.com. Now we're going to go into there's different types of trading. Let me say this really quick so you know what we're coming from. There's scalping, which is a very short time frame. There's day trading, which is during the whole day. There's swing trading, and there's different types of investing. There's short-term, intermediate, and long-term investing, which is called buy and hold. Okay. We got that. So
we got the three. So just to repeat for the people, there's three different types of trading: scalping, day trading, and then swing trading. And then as far as like
just called investing, then long-term investing would be the next one.
So long-term investing would be buying and holding.
Correct.
I buy Tesla stock. I don't touch it. I just hold on to it.
Which is what I'm going to recommend right now. I'm going out there right now with you guys. And by the way, none of this is investment advice. I got to say this because I want people coming after me and saying, oh yeah, he told me this and I lost everything. Right? Or you come after you guys too, you know? Yeah. So we chat about this when we were in here. I said, remember, we want to put money in, match your 401k, and then you want to just hold it until near retirement. Yeah. That's what I'm going to suggest for all your viewers, because they don't, unless you're going to start messing around with learning trading, and you really need to go deep into it to be proficient.
Okay. Okay. So you got the short term, which is the trading stuff, and then the long term, which is just buying and holding.
Correct.
We got Mr.
Lucario.
Hey, Mr. Lucario in the house. Guys, catch us. We will be on with Mr. Lucario tonight in the In the Game podcast. We missed the past 2 weeks. It was my birthday last week, and the week prior to that, we had Rolo and Hotep here. Yep. So we are definitely coming back. It's going to be a lit show with Lucario and Miles Cunningham. Go subscribe to Mr. Lucario's channel, guys.
Also, shout out to April MC in the chat. She is one of the first people in the chat.
Exactly. Thank you, April.
Yeah, she's throwing up links and handles.
Okay, let's see here. We got another one.
JP199. Can I move out of my mom's house with $2,000?
We will answer that after.
Yep. Susie Man 699, $5. Anyone that comes after you guys is against the betterment of men and their lifestyle. And Mr. Bradley, you are a real man. God bless.
Boom. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, guys, we go way beyond just dating, man. Like, we talk about how to just make you guys better overall. Yep. Because at the end of the day, in this sexual marketplace, you have to be a higher tier man to be able to get these chicks, bro. Like, there's no way around it.
Not for them, but just for yourself as well.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And you choose what you want to do with the weapons we're going to give you guys of becoming higher value.
And then tonight, you're going to see two females here talking their talk. So there you go.
So, okay. So going back to the 2000.com crash, I guess in March. So at that point, because at that point you were just buying and holding, right? So you hadn't been trading yet in 2000.
Correct.
You lost the money from $250,000 down to $19,000. Right. Is that when you made the conscious decision? All right, I'm gonna start reading books. I'm gonna learn how to trade.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. And then I got involved in this couple services.
Okay.
Which you can't do this alone. Like you made a comment about learning, you know, and getting a mentor. You need support and like an online group of people to exchange ideas. I'm not talking about message boards. I'm talking about like a trading environment that will help you kind of mold you. And I had really rough mentors. I mean, I wish I had somebody to physically take a stick and hit me with.
Right.
That's when you make your best progress, is when people are rough on you and hard on you. That's how I made all my advances after 2001.
Oh, wow.
And I started becoming profitable shortly thereafter, swing trading.
So you had 19,000, you started reading up. How much were you able to, I guess, come back from that loss? How much were you able to make?
There's another business that I had that I've been advised to not chat with people about. We can talk about it other, but cool. I made money other ways, you know.
Nice.
And I built the coffers up. So everybody's always asking me, how much money do I need to trade, right? It's called inventory. First of all, it's not money. It's inventory, because you're just allocating certain percentages into stocks. And I'm going to say bare minimum 25,000, which is a PDT rule in your retirement accounts, right? You need to have more like 50,000 in my opinion. So let's talk about if you have 50,000 and how you're going to allocate this. I know this is a little ahead, but we got to talk about this.
All right, is this 50,000? Just so the people understand. So let's go back. You said PTD 25,000. Right.
There's a rule that says you can't go in and out of stocks in your retirement accounts. It's got to clear. And I'm not real sure about that, because I hate to be like this, but it was such a long time ago. I had that small amount of money. My mind's not there. I didn't do the research for you guys on that. I'm sorry. I should, but fine. You guys should be able to find that out on the internet. So
okay. So you can trade with your retirement money, is what you're saying.
You can
your 401k essentially.
Yes, everything you can. It's just not as frequent as if you had an individual taxable account.
Gotcha.
If you had an individual taxable account, you can go in and out like I do in seconds.
Yes.
And go through $380 million. I mean, just going in and out really quick.
Okay.
That's how I scalp. I make money doing just a taxable individual account, because I have such huge buying power and leverage.
Yes.
I think my buying power and leverage is like near $3 million.
Okay.
And I use that almost every day.
Nice.
Okay. So the benefit, I guess, of using your retirement account to trade is that, it's a little bit safer. You don't need as much money to be in, but the negative is you don't have the flexibility to trade as much as you want.
Right. And I would think that if you're at that level, that's almost telling you should kind of build up some money in an individual account.
Yep.
Where you can say, hey, I'm going to take 15, 20, 30,000 and just piss it away or throw it away.
Gotcha.
Because you're going to blow through your account many times when you start this endeavor.
Okay.
I mean, I think I blew out 3 times, and you got to keep not giving up. And this is kind of a funny point here. I really like to make this point. If it wasn't for my, what's the word? Help me out with this, guys, where you're so stick-to-itiveness and you're so arrogant about stubborn. Exactly. If it wasn't my stubbornness inside of me, my personality, I think that, I don't know if I would have completed this task. This is a long, difficult road. You don't become profitable, even in a couple. I've rarely seen anybody. For all the people I know and met, they don't do it like in 6 months or a year or 2 years even. I mean, they're in it for a lot longer. Look how long it took me.
Wow.
I mean, swing trading.
So it took you 2 years to recoup, a year to recoup your money from 2000 when you lost it all to 2001.
I just basically worked overtime and tried to build up my and I traded, but if you make 100% on $5,000, it's $5,000. It's really not that much. So you got to save a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing in the stock market too. You got to you're going to invest in yourself first. Boom. That's a good point right there. If you got any money, Myron and Fresh and Chris, invest in yourself first. You won't want to be necessarily putting it in the stock market, so.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So, so what are the different kinds of stocks?
So let's see, we have growth stocks, right? Which are typically the technology stocks. And I'm going to throw this out there for you guys that are trying to want it a little bit more advanced. Because when I'm in your chat room, I want to make a comment about the chat room. Love you all out there, right? Love you guys, really. And you guys get some really good people in there. Yeah. But I see a wide range of people. I see really, really, really knowledgeable people and the guys that really need a lot of help. Right. So for the more knowledgeable people, there's the Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and Google, right? Those are the big cap growth stocks, right? Yep. Then you've got value stocks, right? Which is kind of like the more older, I don't want to say
older companies,
older economy, right? Not the leading cutting edge stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Coca-Cola. McDonald's,
Right,
Burger
right,
King.
correct. That's good. Well put.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you got your advanced tech
Right.
stuff, right?
Mhm.
More modern, you know,
Right.
Amazon on the cutting edge of stuff. And then you got your older stocks that pretty much they're low risk, but they've been
Right.
around forever.
Extremely important. It depends on the market cycle we're in, what's going to do good.
Okay.
Whether it's going to be the flip side of stocks, which is bonds, right?
Okay.
But not always. Done. I know there's going to be people out there who going to say, "Oh, Jim, you know, it's bonds and stocks aren't always inverse." No shit. I know that. You know, it's just that I'm trying to make it very simple for the newer people.
Yeah.
You know,
Can you tell the people what a bond is?
right? A bond is a debt, basically, that you're acquiring, and you're going to get something like, I love municipal bonds. I love. Like when I have any money left from like a savings account from making my stocks, I don't put them in the stock market, right?
Mm-hmm.
I put them in municipal bonds where you guys might put it in real estate. Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
So here a little bit about municipal bonds. So the most safest investment you can make is, do you guys know, I'm going to quiz my little brothers here.
Yeah.
You know, it's CDs, right? Government CDs, right?
Yep, of
okay.
course.
So the next step up from that is municipal bonds.
Okay.
Okay. Now that's going to be 2, 3, maybe 4% tax free.
Okay.
It's tax free, man.
Okay.
You know,
Yep.
I mean, and you're in the higher level up brackets like I am.
Yeah.
You want to buy municipal bonds, as they're very safe. They're just the default failure rate on those is so tiny.
Yeah.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
That's what grandparents get a lot of the time for their kids
Yeah.
or grandchildren,
Yeah.
you know?
It makes sense.
Yeah. It's because
So-
they're low risk and, you know, it's pretty much, it's
Mhm.
almost guaranteed appreciation, but at it's a slower rate, right?
Very
So, okay. So municipal bonds. So sorry, go ahead. So you were talking
So
about.
you want to get an allocation of stocks and bonds, and the conservative typical Wall Street, you know, BS, which is kind of true, is, you know, you want to have your age in stocks, right? Opposite of that. So if you're 30, you want to have 70% in stocks and 30% in bond.
Okay.
For me, I wouldn't do that. For what I suggest for you guys and all the younger dudes is like, go more all into stocks,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Because again, you're long term. Now I don't know if this should be, that's okay. I'll tell you now. I think we're in a big bull market. I was going to tell you this in the Patreon, but I think it's general.
Yeah.
We're in a huge bull market. Everybody's like, oh, things are so bad. No shit. That's when things are the best.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I don't want to say buy when blood is in the street,
Yeah.
but
Facts.
you know, I don't want to say who that guy is, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big advocate of him. Okay. Because you could have bought the SPY, which is the S&P 500, the ETF for the S&P 500 is SPY, and the
Yep.
tech stocks are QQQ.
Mhm.
Okay. So either of those would have outdid that man, Warren Buffett. Sorry to say, I'm just
Okay.
going to tell you,
Yeah, go
because
ahead,
because he has businesses and he makes money off his businesses. So yeah, he's a billionaire, but he didn't necessarily make it off the stock market. He made dividends, right?
Uh-huh.
Which again, dividends are cool, but you don't want to own dividend stocks in a bull market.
Mm.
Boom.
There you go. Bang, bang.
Right.
And just for the people that don't know, dividends, can you break down what dividends are?
Right. So dividends are like basically a monthly payment, could be a every quarter a payment given for owning their stock. For example, I'm going to recommend. Do you want to say this for the premium, or do you want to?
Well,
Yeah, I
we
think
will
we
save
should.
that for the premium, guys.
Yeah,
That
that's
will
it.
be for the
Patreon.
loyal patrons.
So the Zoom call after this is going to be even more crazy, guys. Crazy value.
Because he's going to tell you what to put your money into with
Yeah.
the returns, that type of thing.
Right.
We'll
Yes.
get into more
Guys,
brass tacks.
if you want to hear the behind the scenes, get on Patreon, VIP tier. You're going to see it live here with James Bradley.
yeah, and
So
he's going to
stay
be here
tuned.
to answer your questions. Of one of the few times you'll be able to have access to a multimillionaire in the stock market, man.
Yep.
Dude, people are not going to come out and do what I'm doing to the average person. They just keep it quiet.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
real, bro. I wouldn't, because if I'm making money, why am I going to share it with you?
And I'm not going to tell you my edge. So I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna share most of my edge tonight with the high tier, whatever you guys want to do. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome, man.
Right.
And that's only here, guys. You know what I
Right.
mean? The exclusive. So James, okay, so now we
have,
talked about
Super chats.
super chats. Okay, let's
Yes,
go.
Damien BC, $2. I am the biggest guy with 300 BC. Can we debate?
Oh, wow. 300 Bitcoin. That's a lot.
That is a lot. He probably bought in when he's smart. Probably bought in like in 2010 or something. All right, go ahead.
CJ, $5. Which broker do you use to trade stocks? Robinhood, TD.
Keep that one
Ameritrade,
for the end.
Yeah,
Merrill Lynch?
That's an excellent question.
Very
We will talk
question.
about that.
And then we have Link.
Link.
Okay, go ahead. What is it?
$5 for beginner. What's good number of stocks to purchase to see some real return in your portfolio?
That's a
percentage?
good question. Save that one as
Very
well. Okay.
All right, so James.
Did we finish answering the last one on the different kinds of stocks? Sorry, because we were talking about
Yeah.
cutting edge stocks
Right.
like with Apple
Right.
Amazon. What's the name of that again?
The FAAMG, that one, Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, what did I say?
Tech stocks.
Google, tech stocks. It's QQQ.
It's called QQQ.
Yeah, the ticker symbol or the ETF, it's a basket of stocks called QQQ. And the reason why I gave you that FAMMG, because those are the strongest of that group.
Gotcha.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's small caps, micro caps, mid caps, and you can find both value and growth stocks that, are blowing up. I mean, they're 100, 200%, but that's,
Now, second, we had the more, I guess, long-term stocks, your Coca-Cola, your Pepsis, your McDonald's, name brands that have stood the test of time.
They're going to be in that SPY.
That's going to be SPY.
Right.
Top
And
stocks.
again, that's what I would recommend probably is
Guys, get your notebooks out, man. It's a lot of value right now.
Right.
So SPY stocks. And then is there another type of stocks besides those two that you mentioned?
I could go on for hours about
there's
it,
a lot of them.
but I
There's
mean,
a lot. Okay. What are the top 3 or 4 then?
Okay, so QQQ, SPY, IWM is the mid and small caps, IWM, and then you've got
what does that encompass? What kind of businesses?
Yeah, caps that are less than large caps. I'm sorry, I don't know the value on it, but to me, again, I don't look at the fundamentals behind a lot of the stocks. I'm so far, and
you're looking at charts.
I'm so far down that I'm a specialist, right? Like I fly the Boeing 777 and I'm an expert on the Boeing 777.
Yeah.
Right. I'm an expert on day trading high volume stocks in the morning on the open. So I focus all my energy on making money in those 2 areas.
Smart.
And everything else is kind of like
blur.
Like who gives a shit? Like what's going on in the gym over there? I just want to know if somebody's on my weight rack right here in this gym right now.
Yeah,
you get it, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So you're incredibly niched in what you actually trade.
Beyond, like put in like we talked about being a brain surgeon.
Yeah.
I'm a brain surgeon in the quarter of the brain that's over here,
exactly
1 inch
the memory
deep,
cortex,
right? and under 3 pieces of skin, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
So for, I guess, just for the general audience, so we have the the FAAMG, which is like the tech stocks. Then we got the SPY stocks, which is like the known brands. And then is there anything else that needs to know on a remedial level?
Yes, TLT, which would be your bond ETF.
Okay.
Right.
So James, I'm from a younger generation, right, man?
Well, bro, let me add one more thing.
Okay.
So you also got gold, GLD, right? That's another asset, right? And then you got your oil, USO.
Gotcha.
Okay?
So we got, just to recap for the people out there, you got your QQQ stocks, which is the tech stuff. Then you got your SPY stocks, the big businesses. Then you got the TLT, which is the bonds and ETFs. Then you got gold, silver, precious metals, and then you got oil.
Correct.
Bam. There we go. All right.
And then we could go on and on, breaking
those are the main
subsector
ones,
stuff,
right?
but those are the big ones, yeah.
Okay.
And you should kind of like look at charts for all those and become familiar with those.
Okay.
But as far as investing, I'd probably just put everything in matching 401k into the SPY, or if you want to put a little bit more into the QQQ if you're younger, I would do that.
Fantastic foundation explanation. Thank you.
There you go.
Go ahead. Fresh.
So yeah, basically for younger crowd, right? There's many apps nowadays, right? You can use to trade from your phone, which is very, I would say, good and very accessible. But what apps would you recommend, or what do you use yourself to trade from your phone?
Okay, so never trade from my phone ever. I think it's
do it all from your computer.
Okay,
I do it all from a 6-screen, big, like flight deck layout. It's really intense. And so you can make on your phone your additions to your retirement account, but that's all I would be doing. I wouldn't be buying, hey, let's go buy GameStop. Oh my God.
We're going to talk about the GameStop one in detail, guys. Don't worry.
I think that's beyond gambling. So let's put it out here right now, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Go to the fucking casino. You will enjoy it more. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a fact.
So you're looking at charts, you're trading on your computer, you're making, okay. You're not
So
trading
you're not
on your
using
phone.
none of these apps, not Robinhood, not Fidelity, none of those, right?
No, they make it easy for the average person to lose their money.
There's
There
a
you
big
go.
bomb right there, guys.
That's the RB
Son,
truth.
where'd you find this?
Oh man, there's the
RB
RB
truth.
right there in stock trading,
Yep.
guys. So is it safe to buy and hold from the app then?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
But if you're gonna trade, do not do it on your phone.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
Right.
Because here's the thing, Forex, obviously people trade on their phones, right? They're on MetaTrader, whatever it is,
Yeah.
and they're on there trading on their phones. But for stocks, that's
Right.
not necessarily a good strategy.
I wouldn't. I would make I would make a very, very small position, maybe swing trading. Okay.
Yep.
So let me say it again: a small position swing trading, with an iPhone, or doing like that. But I wouldn't do any serious putting your ass out there on the line. With a big position. You know what I mean by big position? Means a
Can
big.
you tell for the people?
Right. A big position would be like let's say you have 10,000 in your account and you buy enough shares for that whole 10,000. That would be to you a whole thing, right?
Because I know a friend personally that's very successful, multimillionaire from trading, and he told me, bro, my phone is only to research. I go home to my computer, like what you do. I look at all my charts, all my data, and then I trade there because it's a high pressure environment. But I have all my tools there, right there, in front of me on my computer. So what you're saying makes sense to me. Rather than go on my phone, I go to where I have everything in one place, and then make that choice to trade.
Real talk.
That's good.
And brother, this is great. I'm so happy I remember some of this stuff. I want to be telling you guys. I got a buddy that has really no knowledge about trading whatsoever, and because we're in a bull market. Okay, here we go. You might want to do this. Bull market. Everybody's a genius in a bull market. Everybody makes money in a bull market. You can buy almost any stock and it's going up. Okay, but the day comes when the whole market starts rolling over. Your stocks, individual stocks, are going to go down way faster.
Gotcha.
Got that?
Yeah. So you're individual.
That's really important.
Yeah. So
you want me to say it again? No problem.
Yeah. Please.
Okay,
One more time. Hold on.
Okay.
That's very important. So everyone makes money on a bull market, but what's the key?
Everybody's a genius in a bull market, okay? Because all stocks rise with a rising tide, right? With a rising tide, all boats rise, right? Get it? So, but the disaster comes when the overall market starts rolling over, and then your individual stocks, which are a lot more aggressive, will go down even faster because everybody wants to sell. Okay, so you got to remind me in the Patreon. All right. In the high tier, I want to remind what's the difference between people that sell versus people that buy, and remind, because I don't want to give that out right now, but that's huge. It's I have a lot of market psychology I can give you guys that are beyond gold nuggets for but I could seriously sit for days literally
talking about
this stuff.
So here's this question came up earlier. So what are the best trading platforms? What do you use?
Right. So okay.
Sorry, do you have some?
Go ahead, brother.
Oh no. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so I don't recommend the one I'm on because I have all my work money in it, and that's the only reason why I use it is because more money, more buying power, right? More buying power. I can buy more shares, and obviously, if I have good risk management, because I'm a risk manager first. I'm not a trader first. I'm a risk manager first.
Can you give the difference between a trader and a risk manager for the people?
Sure. A risk manager is somebody that's always concerned about the amount of money that they can lose in a trade.
Right.
So important. That's super, super, super important. I hope you got that, right? Trader is more or less somebody that anybody can be a trader that's just looking for alpha, that's looking to make gains. There's a big difference between somebody that's worried about losing money and somebody that want to make money. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
So that's
risk mitigation is number one.
Gotcha.
Risk mitigation number one, guys. Risk mitigation number one. Risk mitigation number one.
Bam. Okay. So what are the
people don't do that, bro? When they buy shit, they don't buy. They buy. Okay, I'm gonna buy. It's only gonna go up. It's only gonna go up, motherfucker.
Yeah.
All right, but you got to have a stop loss in there. You got to have a place where I'm gonna cut it. Otherwise, going down. Oh, I'm gonna buy more. You idiot.
Now, can you talk about the importance of what a stop loss is and the importance of instituting them in your trading strategy?
Right. So when you buy at a certain price, let's say $10 a share. Thank you for saying this, Myron. This is going to be a great lesson right here. So when you buy some at 10,
listen up, guys. Stop loss 101 right now.
Huge. When you buy stock at 10 and it goes down to 9, you have a stop loss of 9. It's going to sell you out. So you're going to lose 10% on that, right?
Yep.
Versus, okay, dude, you guys are getting gold nuggets here. If it goes from 10 to 5, give me, now I know you're good in math. I'm joking. 10 to 5 is what percentage loss, brother?
10 is 50% gone.
Good job. What happens do you need for it to go back up to 10? 100% gain.
100% gain.
Wow. Think about that. 50% loss on the way down, 100% to go back up. That's really hard to do.
Facts.
Right. So what is it? I'm going to buy
double
more.
your money, and that's just to break even.
Yeah. So what do the people do? They keep pissing money in there. They keep buying dollar cost averaging down. And if you get the chance, look up Enron and the Google, and you'll see that all the way down, people, all the I can't think of the word. The people that always suggest you buy stocks, the analysts and stuff, they say, buy. It's a buy. It's down to 10 now. It's a buy. It's down to 5. Buy. It's down to 3. It's a buy. It's down to 1. Oh, bankrupt. Sorry, you lost everything. Buy. Thanks for playing.
There you go, guys. That's the importance of having stop losses right there.
If you guys get that, man, it's like worth everything. If you guys can stick to the process, discipline, time, and
mindset.
Okay. Damn.
So we didn't finish the platform, the trading platform.
Yeah, we'll
Sorry,
get to that. Before I forget, write down if I have 5 stocks, what I need. Okay, so remind me that, and I'll go through the platform first.
Yeah, this is so much value, bro. This is better than school, man. Dang.
Yeah.
So super chat here.
We got a super chat. Okay, go ahead.
G489. Everything this guy says is on point. Question: what main mental psychology shift do you credit your success as a day trader?
That's a good question. Zuhair, we're going to answer that, and Zuhair trades stocks as well. So this is a show for you, man. You need to get in the Patreon thing, because I know you personally, you trade stocks. So
mindset's everything. I'm just going to say that for now. Go ahead.
Okay. So you wanted to talk about something before we talk about your platforms.
So this is like, if you don't have any knowledge about this, you're probably not going to understand this. If you have any knowledge and you want to learn how to trade, this is where you want to be. Lightspeed, IBD, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Schwab, and Centerport. Those are the ones that are pretty much common, and I shouldn't say common, but they'll do the job.
Man, James, you gotta stop, man. It's too much value, bro. You gotta stop, James. Too much value.
So those are the main platforms that people should be on if they're going to trade.
Right. Don't do. What's the one? Webull, and what's the other one that you guys were talking about? Robinhood. I don't even know this because it's so fucking far out of my head.
Actually, Robin is in a lot of trouble. They're getting sued now because of
the GameStop
that's part of the GME discussion.
You know what? Let's because I already know people are going to want to talk about this and everything like that. And we have obviously a multi-million-dollar trader here. So can you educate the people on the GameStop situation, what it is, what's going on? Should they get in? Is it too late?
Actually, you know what? Before we even get there, we have a commercial to show you guys.
Oh, okay.
It's already come up to an hour.
All right. So, we're out. Okay, guys. So, a special announcement, guys. We have our course. It is officially out. Okay?
High Value Academy.
High Value Academy, guys. In the course, you're going to get, 28 modules?
30, actually.
Yeah, 28 to 30 modules on fitness, networking, professionalism, how to dress, how to get girls.
Dating.
Everything is in one course, guys.
You want to become high value? This is how you become high value.
And then on top of that, we're going to have 10 Zoom calls that are specifically designed for certain things. So we're going to have one on real estate, one on fitness, a couple on fitness, fat loss, building muscle, etc.
Yep.
Then we're going to have some on
networking,
some on investing,
credit cards.
That's
a big one.
Starting a business, running a business, tax information, forming your LLC, forming your S corp. We're going to have James Bradley in the calls. We're going to have our boy Steven, the CPA, in the calls, me, Fresh, and you guys are going to get, and a couple other special guests as well.
Special guests we won't say
right now, but we're lining some things up. Some very popular traders, if you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And it's just going to be crazy value, guys. 10 Zoom calls along with the course. So
and guys,
go ahead.
If you bought DMs on Demand, right? You know how much value you got from the Zoom calls. Imagine that times 10 with this course. So
guys, we're pleased to show you guys this commercial. And guys, the link will be posted in. But yes, today is going to be an early day special that we're releasing it.
Yep.
If you guys get in the next 2 days before Wednesday, you're also going to get a free webinar on how to get your credit score up. Guys, I have an 810 credit score. Fresh also has a 800 credit score. And we're going to teach you guys exactly how we got our credit score to that level, which credit cards to get, how to set up yourself so that you can actually get real estate loans and leverage and get into real estate with a high credit score without necessarily having to put a lot of money down. So that's what we're both doing right now.
And hold on.
Go ahead.
For the haters out there, your credit scores are not high. Myron, can you show them your credit score, please?
Oh, sure. You know what? I will show you guys right now. I'm going to pull out my phone.
Guys, we speak straight facts here. We don't lie to you because guess what?
I'll actually walk
our
up to
word
the
is
camera.
our bond. Yeah, please show them their
Yeah, so I'll show you guys my credit score.
Credit
score. I'm going to walk up to the camera because we show receipts on here, guys.
Always. So there you go. But yeah, guys, this is going to be crazy. Mine's about to show the camera right now. Ooh, block it out. Yeah, 810. Guys, the max score is 850. Anything above 7 80s like vanity. But guys, to be over 800 is G level game. So there you go. All right.
You're
And
like really smart about credit cards too, right?
Yeah. That's my thing, man. So like learning how to use credit cards, which ones to get, which ones not to get, basically how to make money. I made thousands of dollars in 2020, guys, off of using credit cards and leveraging them on purchases I would have made anyway and making money back. But you got to be smart about which credit card you use. And we're going to teach you guys starter credit cards, more advanced credit cards, travel credit cards, cashback cards, and premium cards for special situations. We're going to break it all down. Yep. And you're going to get that Zoom call for free. So that'll be an 11th Zoom call strictly on credit cards and leveraging credit to your advantage. And guys, that'll be the 11th Zoom call, and you get it for free if you come in the next 2 days. Let's run that commercial.
All right.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Hope you guys like that short commercial there.
Yeah, hope you guys like that one. We'll probably do one or two more maybe for you guys, depending. But guys, so it's early release. You guys can get in now. And then on Wednesday, and if you get in, like I said, in the first 48 hours, you guys are going to get that credit Zoom call for free, no charge, where I'm going to give you guys all my secrets on how I built an 810 credit score. And I'll add a bonus, guys. I'm under contract right now for a rental property. I'll go through exactly how I was able to get the property, offer up, how I calculated cash flow, all that stuff. So that will also be in the course. Because basically, guys, my credit was so good that they basically could not deny me a loan. You know what I'm saying? Despite the fact that I did not have 2 years of tax returns for my business, which is a big thing when you're going to try to finance a house. They want 2 years of tax returns with your business or S Corp. So I was able to do it without that. Why? Because I have a high credit score. And honestly, guys, if you're going to get any real asset in today's day and age, credit is the lifeblood of it. So,
and guys, we already have a couple signups. Thank you guys for joining the
taking
course.
Action. Yep,
guys, we appreciate that a lot.
The guys that are taking action right now, we're going to look forward to having you guys in a Zoom call and teaching you guys about how we grew our credit, which then you can use to leverage to get assets, guys. We're not out here buying stupid things that aren't going to make us money in the future. So anyway, with that said, we're going to go back to regularly scheduled programming.
And speaking of things that don't make you money, don't waste your time with things that don't make you money. It's so important. Look, like we talked about, extreme focus, right? And that's where I'm at. I'm at super high tier with my trading and where I'm in with my job as a pilot, right? So only focus on the fruit. That's when you get to that high level. Yeah. Right. You don't let anything take you off that path, right? Because, maybe I can make a little bit more money over there. I'm going to start something over here. One of you guests even said he was doing some car wash or something. He lost like $400,000 because he wanted to try something new. I forget which one it was.
TJ.
Right?
Yeah.
So let that be a lesson, because when you get a lot of money, I've lost money too, as you told me about, talk about your loss. Yeah. Right? Yeah. When that's something you want to remember me, because we got a billion things we talk about, you know. But anyway, getting back to the GME.
Yeah, right. So guys, we're going to give you a quick breakdown of GameStop, what happened. We're going to give you guys, we got some super chats actually. Let's hit the super chats and do this GameStop breakdown.
Just one. Taboo Smash 199, where we should be financially when start trading.
Excellent question. Yeah. We will answer that at the end. Guys, get your questions in now. And Chris is making a note of all the questions, because you guys are asking some fantastic questions. Yep. We're going to get them answered for you guys. Yep. So can you break down the GameStop situation for people from a very 101 sense?
Would you say that people would understand when I said a black swan event? Do you think that they would know that?
I think people understand that.
Black swan event would be some radical situation that would happen very infrequently. It does happen. It's happened many times in the past, this GameStop issue. So social media is going to be a huge player in the future, right?
Hey.
And shout out to these two guys right here, right? You guys got to get on a consultation with Myron for working out and stuff, you know, get on your game, you know, and a huge amount of, personal wealth just from working out. And Fresh is the king when it comes to the social media thing here, you know, so you want to get on with him and learn his deals. Both of you guys are super smart about the social media. Thanks, but GameStop. Okay, so it was a black swan event. And what you need to know about that is social media basically played a big role, right? Yes. So a bunch of people in this Reddit sub forum, right, decided they were gonna, this one stock has a really high short interest. So I know both of you guys are gonna say, Jim, what's short interest? Okay, so when a stock or a company seems like it's going to start going down, like GameStop, or BlackBerry or AMC, that's kind of really weak, right? You can look out there and say, okay, well, I think these places are not going to make it, right? Those have hedge funds love to get in big positions because you can make a lot of money shorting. Right. Okay, so maybe we should go into the idea about let's shorting. Let's go over shorting real fast. Yeah. Shorting. This is how I make most of my money. Okay. I don't buy a stock at 10 and hope it goes to 11. I do, like I did today, but I also shorted Tesla today. Wow, Tesla only goes up. Nope, Jim Bradley shorts it today, and I made money. Okay, yep. So what it is you're borrowing some shares from another person's account, and you're hoping or betting, I hate to use that word because I use something called game theory. Remind me to explain game theory is, okay? For the stock to go down instead of go up. Okay, got that? So I'm hoping goes from 10 to 9. You can make money on the way down as you can on the way up. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, so when you got a lot of these social media Reddit people decided to buy the stock, it made the price appreciate. Yep. And in doing so, the stock went up and made the hedge funds cover, which means I have to close my position. Okay, so what the thing is most of the people that were in gotta keep thinking this stupid app Robinhood, right? The thing is that this is really deep here, but I really want to say this.
Yeah, go ahead, please. I can already tell this was going to be important. Guys, listen up, classes in session. Here you go. Go ahead, James.
You out there are not the customer with Robinhood. Okay, you're not the customer. The customer is the hedge funds, because they're selling. Robinhood is getting like money for your trading. How can I put this? Your desire to choose stocks, they front run them. In other words, they can jump in before you put your trade ticket in, and they can actually make money before you start. Oh, wow. It's really deep shit. But basically right. Like this, let me make real basic for everybody out there. Let's say you love chips and Pepsi, Coke, right? But now the store already knows that. So this is how what they would do is when you walk in the grocery store or when you open up your app that you're going to buy groceries, those are the first two things that are there, right? So they're selling information about you. That's what I want to say. Gotcha. So that's kind of a little deep and stuff, but
they watch your trade history and pretty much or what you're looking at. And you like to buy this type of stock. We're going to push this in your face.
Just before you press the buy button, they jump in and pre-purchase or pre-short, whatever. It's only going to be a buy because usually unsophisticated people are buying GameStop because it's a TV media, stock. Yeah. That's what drives me crazy. I have a lot of rich friends up in Boca and stuff, right? And they're multi-millionaires. And I actually lost some friends because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing buying stocks that are going down? You ready? Here's a big one for you right now. Here we go. Only buy stocks that are going up. Only buy stocks that are going up. Right? Oh, let's say XYZ stocks like really hit low because of the pandemic and stuff. Oh, it's low. I'm going to buy it now. No, it's low because it deserves to be low. Okay. Right. For example, Zoom Media, it was going up. Why? Yes. Everybody's on Zoom Media, right? Yeah, now, that's not why I'm saying to buy it, because the fundamentals are there. I'm not a fundamental guy. I'm a chart guy. But look at the charts. If the stocks are going up, you can pretty much be safe buying them. But again, I'm not suggesting anybody buy individual stocks if you have no trading knowledge. Yeah. Okay. You just buy the SPY. Be super boring. Right? Just put your money in there and then go to casino if you want to have fun.
Which, for the people that are wondering, remember, guys, SPY stocks are your Coca-Colas, your Burger Kings, your McDonald's.
There's some tech stocks in there, but they're not as aggressive as the QQQs.
Gotcha. So long and short of it, when I want to make a trade, I'm going to call James. Yo, James, what you got, bro? What should I get?
So, so basically, so I guess the next question is going to be this. So now we know that the GameStop run was fueled, obviously, by social media. It made the hedge funds have to back out from their
Everybody's going to say, is it a buy now? No. Okay. First of all, go ahead. That's what I was going to ask. Okay. If the SEC ever gets, this, I could potentially go to jail because I know how to do it, right? I know how to force another big run, and I'll tell you afterwards, right?
Yeah. That will not be on YouTube, guys. That will definitely not be on YouTube.
No. But the fact of the matter is that you don't want to buy because it's low. Okay. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you want to give money to the market, be my guest, you know? And here's another thing.
So it's too late to get in now.
I don't know. I mean, anything can happen, you know? I mean, I can even use my technique to make money off of GameStop, but it would be, I consider for myself gambling. And there's people all the time on the internet. They're make a lot of money. I follow them. I know who they are. You know what I'm saying? But they're professional shorters in a big sense, and they typically play low price stocks, $1, $2, $3 stocks. I know I'm getting probably too deep.
No.
You know, so
that's how Jordan Belfort ended up going to jail selling penny stocks, right? Like,
it's easy to pump stuff up, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If there's a stock, they have like 25,000 volume per day, and all of a sudden it goes up 20-30%, then everybody jumps in, and there's millions and millions of shares, and those guys are dumping it. That's how Wall Street, I don't want to say this, but it's kind of rigged, right? It is kind of rigged.
Right.
But that doesn't make me a hater of the big boys, because I mean, that's how I make my money too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to piss anybody off.
You're not mad about the rules. You play the game, baby.
Thank you, Myron. God damn it. That's
you know what I'm saying? We're not out here to cry.
There
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Guys, like I said before, we know, bringing it back to dating, because stock is not me and Fresh and stuff, which is why we got the expert here. But I'll tell you guys this. We talk about this all the time. Yes, the dating market is screwed. Yes, women are hypergamous to another level now. Yes, it's very tough to get married, etc. But you know what, guys? We don't complain about the situation. We teach you guys how to adapt to the situation and get what you want. So if you want to get laid, we teach you guys that. If you want to get married, don't do it here. But which James, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Okay.
We are going to talk a little bit about James's marriage and divorce, guys, and how he navigated it without losing all his money. He did lose some. Yeah. But fortunately, he was able to navigate it in an intelligent manner and preserve quite a bit of it. We got a super chat here. Go ahead, Chris.
To win the wave $5, really feeling the video and your credit score on point. Definitely working on upgrading my game real fast.
Absolutely, man. Guys, credit is king. Literally, it's king, man.
Yep.
Like, even if you have a lot of cash reserves, you got capital, you are, unless you're gonna buy a house cash, bro, you ain't gonna be able to get a lot of assets. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
More M21, $5. How does taxation with stocks work exactly in detail? Also, what do you think the next Tesla type of
save that question as well? That's an excellent question, because I only got like one more question here, and then we're gonna get into those, Chris. Yep. So just save those, because the guys, thank you so much for asking the super chats and these excellent questions, man. This is a high IQ podcast. Right here.
It is.
So and, thank you for liking the video too. We had 215 likes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Shout out to everyone that bought the course. I saw some names here. Shout out to Doug Patterson. We love you, bro.
Yeah. Hey. Guys, thank you so much. And we're making a note of everyone that signs up in these next 2 days that you guys are all going to be invited to the credit card mastery webinar. And I'm making a PowerPoint right now for you guys. I'm going to talk about everything, man.
And also,
A to Z,
one
all
more
my
thing, guys,
secrets.
if you're in the Patreon, if you're in the Telegram chat, you get all the Zoom calls for free, basically.
Yep.
So if you're in Telegram, automatically you get all the Zoom calls. So there you go.
As a higher tier patron.
Yep. So then we have bro $5. No more than 5% of your account per trade. Buy Delta 60+ options with 90+ days to XP. Only trade liquid stocks. Swing. No trades against the trend.
Yeah, he's pretty sharp on that, but I don't trade options, so I can't comment on that. I'm sorry. I never use options.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Good comment.
There you go.
So all right.
Last question.
So we were talking about GameStop. So what's your suggestion for people out there, as a multi-millionaire trader? Don't even get involved with it.
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't get involved.
No.
It's too late now.
I mean,
at this point, right?
even I don't. Unless you're another millionaire that just wants to throw some money in there for fun, it's a gamble, in my opinion. You know, and that's a long. I think it's a short actually now. Okay. I think it's actually going to continue down. But again, that's
is it on its way down now? I remember last I looked, it was 300 something. What is it now?
I didn't check today, but I don't know when I looked at it this afternoon. I didn't check, but it still looks like it's in a downtrend.
It's in a downtrend now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's been plenty of times in history. I looked it up. As a matter of fact, I brought some photoshops of stocks that have gone straight up and then come straight down. I mean, it's a common.
It's $60 now.
There you go. 60.
Really?
Wow.
It was 300 something the other day, guys.
$60.
Right.
Okay.
Jeez.
So it's too late to get in now. All right, cool. And then real quick.
About my divorce.
Yeah, let's talk about that because obviously, guys, as you know, in this community, we talk all the time about the dangers of divorce. And James shared a story with us, and I think it was really important. He gave us kind of the details, but James, whatever you feel like talking about with your divorce, when you got married, etc.
So I'm happy about being here today, that I can kind of go in more alignment with like the RP here with you guys, right? Because this is where I had gone through a really painful divorce, and it was actually how I met my brother Myron and how I met my brother Fresh here, and then Chris through MLD, right?
Okay,
And
yep.
it's kind of
Shout out
funny
to John from Modern Life
because
Dating.
my ex-wife at the time, who's Modern Life Dating? Like I said, well, honey, I said, he's in Japan, and I fly to Japan, so I kind of wanted to get some buddies over.
Yeah.
Here you go.
So, but anyway, yeah, man. Well, what a blessing it was to meet him. So I met you guys. You guys are here in Miami. It's so cool that we're so close. You know,
Yeah.
and I've always wanted to participate in this RP community, and I want to save people from what I went through.
Right.
Right. And I'm not at all interested in getting a space because I can't because of my job. As we talked about that, being in the airline industry, they're very politically
PC.
correct, right?
Yep.
PC. So
Yeah.
okay, so let's move on. So I had been quite the outgoing dating type in Asia and the Middle East. So I was over in Asia and the Middle East for 10 years. And by the way, I lived in Saudi Arabia, right?
All right.
And in Jeddah, right? And I dated girls from all over that part, Laotian, Vietnamese, Indonesian, and all those girls, Filipinos. I had many, right? And I kind of got tired of it, believe it or not, when you're doing like, dated a girl. I'm putting this nicely, dated, right? Because I don't know who's going to see this, right?
Yeah, of course.
Like a Filipino
YouTube
in the morning and then a Thai in the afternoon, and it's a different culture in the evening. And I just got tired of meaningless stuff. Not to say that it's nothing wrong with it, but I got introduced to a girl, and basically we hit it off. I lost my job. I had to make a decision whether or not I was going to stay with her. She was exceptional. I thought I vetted her well. She was really everything you kind of thought was cool.
Yeah.
I brought her back to the United States because she's Chinese. Okay. And when she came back to the United States, I offered her, if you want to work, you can work. If you want to drive, you can drive, right?
Yep.
And I brought her out. I mean, she got hired at several places. She never took the job. I brought her in the car. She drove around. She was too afraid, right? She would see the neighbors. And neighbors, Jim, how come they can sit and watch TV all day and eat chocolate, and I have to cook and clean?
Wow.
So it got to the point where she wanted to have a kid. I told her when I was over in China and Asia, I didn't want kids. I had a vasectomy. And so it became like, okay, well, we can't have a kid. How about you buy me a house in China? And I thought to myself, I loved it over there so much. When I retire from this job here,
Do they let American citizens buy in China?
Yeah.
They
You can be anywhere really and buy property,
Okay.
but you're going to be taxed on it. So I put
Okay.
I wanted to put in her name
Of
anyway,
course, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So,
International.
I hate to say it, but when you're in love, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
So she kept negotiating higher and higher the price of the house.
Wow.
So, I mean, I was doing well, right, with trading and my job as a pilot,
Yeah.
and so she went from 350 to 400. I made a letter and I'm like, okay, we'll give you 400,000 for the house over there, and it's going to be our house. And when we retire here, we'll move over there. And she's like, I want 450. And it just kept ratcheting up. And then it was like really scary because there were times that she like took out her phone and like we would argue for like 4 hours a day sometimes, and she'd take out her phone, put 911 in there, and she lifted up and she's like, if you don't give me what I want, I'm gonna press this. So you can't imagine
Wow.
a girl going from in Asia, sitting down on the floor with her arms around my legs, saying, Papa, this is my future husband, with her arms around my legs, and she goes, Jim, she goes, you stay on the couch is for the man. Okay, I'm going to sit on the floor. That's how their mentality is over there. And then she can imagine coming over here and now all of a sudden taking the phone and saying, okay, I'm going to call 911 and tell them that you hit me. Now, my job, I will be fired instantly.
Isn't that funny?
Off of an allegation.
Yo,
yes.
Isn't that funny that she was one way in her country? She came to America, the westernized world, and all of a sudden, she's now the worst person. Because guess what? She sees social media. She sees people walking around. You hear how they talk. You know what? I should be like that too. Herd mentality.
Guys, let me, man.
Go off.
Guys, this is why I always say, if you're going to go foreign and you're going to go get a foreign wife, you better be prepared to stay out there.
Yep.
You understand? Because you guys got to understand that Western society rewards women for leaving you for treating you poorly. And the thing is this, I always tell you guys, don't be a gentleman. I'm going to make a full YouTube video on this. Me and Fresh are going to record some YouTube content for you guys later tonight.
Yeah.
And one of the things I'm going to say is why you can't afford to be a gentleman anymore in today's day and age, especially if you live in the West. And the reason why is because they're playing by a new set of rules, but they still want you to play by the old set of rules. And what that means is they want you to be a gentleman. They want you to be higher earning. They still want you to be attractive, tall, all these things, right? But they can absolve themselves of their feminine responsibilities. And when you bring a woman that's traditional from foreign countries to the West, where she's basically rewarded for not being a wife, rather just being a woman, right? And equality and all this other stuff, she's going to absolutely adopt these ideals. Might take a year, might take 2 years, might take 5 years. But at some point, she's going to take in this this type of information, realize it's to her benefit to not be traditional, but she's going to hold you to your masculine, just like she did with James. Hey, buy me a house. She still expects him to provide, but she doesn't want to cook and clean anymore. See the difference, guys? So just know this. If you're going to go foreign and get a wife or date a girl seriously foreign, stay out there, man.
Yep.
So go ahead, James.
Yeah.
I just had to
that was
bring that
fantastic,
down.
and that was beautifully, very well put.
Thank you.
So it came down to I gave her an uncontested divorce, and I'm like, look, I still love you so much that I'm going to give you all these terms that are in your favor. I'm even going to give you an extra $150,000 so you don't go to court, because I fly with guys all the time that they tell me stories. And first of all, 70% of the guys I work with are divorced.
Wow.
70%, right? And
Did all their wives initiate it?
Yeah. It's mostly their wife initiated, right?
80% initiation rate, guys. We tell you not to get married for a reason. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Jump in with any facts and stuff, because I want to help everybody out. You guys can, So she took that agreement, because we had it notarized in front of two people, notarized the notary public.
Yeah.
And then she decided that I forced her to sign it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So she got her own lawyer, and she said he coerced me into doing it. And I said, how can you say this to me? It's just painful as shit, right? Anyway, so her lawyer said I abused her.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Wow.
So let's get the checklist out. And here's the checklist. We're going to give her $50,000 to $100,000 for everything he did to her. And with no contest from me, no ability to defend myself. So, he wouldn't let you drive. Think about that. I brought her out to Biscayne Bay out there.
Yeah.
And
for the people that don't know, big money out there, man. Like,
thanks.
Yeah, go ahead.
So she's driving the car around, and horrible driver, no offense, right?
Chinese woman. I don't know what else to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait.
But,
all right.
but I wanted her to drive, okay? And then she told the lawyer that I abused her by not letting her drive. That's number one. Number two is we were, it's many of these outlet stores, and they want Chinese people super bad in there to work, because they have so many Chinese tourists go down to the Keys, right?
Yes.
And they're like, fucking hire you on the spot. Right then and there, and that's just me. Oh, you want to? My wife here, she worked at the Venetian Casino
Did she
Hotel.
speak Mandarin or Cantonese or both?
She spoke Mandarin, which is the mainline
right,
China, right?
Exactly.
And it's very good English too.
Oh wow,
Right, very
that's
good
that's
English,
one of
right?
its weight in gold down here in
Right.
South Florida.
Yep.
Yeah,
For
right,
people that don't know, sorry,
right.
go ahead, Jim.
No, it's all good. And then so she told the lawyer that I wouldn't let her work. So they made it look like she was chained to the bed, just
Of course.
said, oh, we never see her out. Although the neighbors are like, we never see her out. She never mingles with us. I'm like, yeah, because she don't want to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, loves the Chinese culture,
Yeah.
And when she would go home, she demanded $10,000 every time she went home in cash to bring back to her dad, right?
Wow.
And then if I didn't, it was like, this type of shit, and I wasn't prepared mentally when I went into this marriage to realize that, hey, actually, I could lose. I didn't have the ability to actually be the fucking man that I am. When I mean the man, I'm talking about I'm the man,
Yeah,
right?
right,
I'm
yeah.
walking around Asia, dude. I'm a captain on the 747, captain on the 767. I mean, I got millions of girls hanging on me if I want them to.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I go with that and just be like, I'm a little puppy dog. I have to do what you want because I don't want to lose everything I just made.
Yeah.
I mean, you have no power whatsoever here.
My question
You know?
is, was that a plan from the beginning?
I get asked that question all the time, and if I think like that, I become kind of a little bit sad, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't want to think like that, you know. But I just kind of think it was the pouring of the filth and the poison from this environment.
Yes,
you know,
of course.
That's what I want to believe it is.
Western culture is going to absolutely. If you bring a girl from a traditional country where women, you know, observe traditional feminine traits, you bring them here and they see feminism. Hey, well, I'm going to call it womanism if you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, not being accountable, getting all the benefits of being a lady without necessarily giving up their, you know, what they're supposed to do as a woman, right? Oh, I want you to provide for me, but I don't have to cook and clean for you. Of course, they're going to take it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, oh, what? You mean I don't have to do all this stuff, but I still get the benefits? I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but here's the crazy part.
Yeah.
She came here recently. Imagine girls that are born here.
Yeah.
Bro.
Facts.
Holy smokes.
Facts.
So there you guys go. We've been saying it forever, and people think we're
she
crazy.
blows in the streets.
You go to Colombia, you go to China, you go to Thailand, any of these countries, bro, you guys meet these girls, stay there, man. Stay there. So, James, so how'd you get out of it?
Sorry.
How'd you escape?
No.
So super chat? Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We got The Rock, 549. What are your thoughts on Spox?
We're going to answer that after he tells his divorce story, guys. We're going to go back to the Q&As.
Then link $5. Andre asks which Patreon level gets to participate in the Zoom.
The highest one, the 200, the 200 tier, guys.
VIP.
The information that you're going to get in there is going to be crazy. And then on top of that, the 200 tier, you get in the Telegram chat.
Yep.
You get access to the Zoom calls from the course, and you're going to get when we do periodic Zoom calls on a special topic, right? So I'm going to have like a crypto one. I'm going to have like a advanced fitness one where we're going to go into detail what you need to do.
Yep.
That you'll have instant access to.
So that means even if you didn't buy the course, you're gonna get access to the credit card Zoom call because you're in the Telegram chat.
So
we got Nonstop Dre 360 $5. As Aaron Clary says, women are trained to be men's competitors at best and enemies at worst in the West.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well said.
Absolutely.
Taboo Smash 199. How much time a day are you take for trade?
Excellent question. We are going to answer. Just Chris will make a note of all these guys.
All right, good.
Okay, I just want James to finish the divorce story because I thought this was very important for guys to learn from. Sorry.
Right. No, excellent. Thank you so much. So it at the courtroom steps is when it got like finalized, right? And it was to the point where with all the lawyers' fees and this and that and the money I lost because I actually wired money over to Asia. I started wiring. So that's why I left out is during the wiring process, that's when she said she wanted a divorce. So if you've already made a couple $100,000 over there, it was really hard to prove that I sent that over there, right? So that I kind of lost that too. So it was rough. I can say 1.2 million because there was a couple. Yeah, and if you think about it, that's even when I was like, working in the factory and a paper boy, she even got half of that. And I mean, this is really bad. Everybody needs to listen to this. So it's a short-term marriage is under 8 years. In Florida, it's under 8 years is a short-term marriage. Anything over that, you get completely wiped out. Thank God I had no kids. And there's guys that have kids that are beyond decimated, right? I mean, I didn't get decimated because everybody says, oh, you only lost 50%. I didn't lose 50%. I lost like 70%.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And that's just because of, like I said, the threats, and the lawyer's belief that it was coercion and abuse. And I would never, ever touch a girl, ever, except if it was for sexual purposes. Right. But anyway, I really think I covered everything, boss.
Yeah, right.
One more thing.
Yeah.
She, on the final paperwork, she was told to go to the lawyer's office next day and sign it, right? Because she has to sign over my house to me because I gave her half the cost of it. And she skipped out of town. She flew out, so her name's still on my house.
Wow.
So now I got to go through another court situation to get her name off my house.
Wow.
So I'm really upset. And I'm glad you guys are listening to me. It makes a huge difference when other brothers care.
Guys,
it's funny.
Go ahead.
This type of advice saved me because I was married for like a year, and I was like, "Yo, from what I heard, if you stay for a long period of time, you're screwed." And I think after like 8-9 years,
correct, that's a long-term marriage, right?
And then that's like whatever you got, bro, it's hers.
Yeah,
and you go pay her forever.
Yeah,
until you die.
Is Florida lifetime alimony? I think it might be.
I think California is, but
I don't remember. But all I know is I paid her alimony out one time. I gave her alimony money too.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah. But the only thing I didn't give her was obviously kids because I don't have any kid, support.
And you were in a short-term marriage and you still paid her alimony for a long time.
Yeah.
Can you only imagine if it was long-term? It would probably been the rest of, I think Florida's rest of your life past.
Oh, there are guys. There's guys that make $350,000 a year I fly with, 400,000. And I mean, they literally drive a car that has 100,000 miles. And I mean, they're living in an apartment with other friends.
And they have
and
no money.
These are really high earning pilots,
Guys, if this doesn't wake you up enough, this is gold because most people won't say this on the air, especially.
Hell no. Yeah.
But this will save you your life,
everything,
your mental state, and your money. So listen carefully, guys. When Myron says, hey, don't get married just out of the blue, because guess what? Marry for a year, and even then, watch your very closely because you never know.
Yeah, man.
So
I mean, and guys, 1.2 million is a lot of money,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And,
thankfully, James knows how to make it back, and he's a multi-millionaire.
Yep.
Right? But 1.2 is a lot, guys. Go ahead, Chris. You got some?
How long was the marriage?
Under 8 years.
8 years.
Under 8 years, just shy. 7 years and like 11 months.
Jeez.
There you go.
And by the way, I get this all the time when I work with people. They say, "Oh, you had a bad lawyer." That infuriates me. First of all, you should be nice to the person that just got effed, right? And then instead of that, I did change lawyers, and my lawyer was really expensive, like $500 an hour. And I mean, it's just all you're doing, dude. It's just like this shit.
At the end of the
day,
there's a reason why women always initiate divorces. It is in their best interest to get it, no matter how good your lawyer is. All guys, when you're a man during a divorce, here's a cold hard reality. All you're paying the lawyer for is to mitigate as much damage as possible because it's coming. They're gonna destroy you. Just the quality of the lawyer can mitigate the damage. Fortunately, she wasn't able to take all James's money. She only got away with 1.2. But guys, like, this is just the reality of divorce court.
The chat loves you for what you said. They're like, "Yo, we support James."
Cool.
Yeah, man. And guys, he told us about this story. But we're like, man, we got to have you on the air to talk about this because fortunately, it didn't crush him because he learned a skill that he was able to make that money back. But guys, 1.2 million. Whew.
And think about how much that is taxable. Think how much 1.2 million is taxable,
man.
Damn. I mean, how much you have to make to get to pay that out, or anyway, on the record, you'll probably see something like 750,000. But like I told you, I
with the money you lost,
put money that are wired over there, and there was a couple of accounts that I blamed on the failure because that's another one we got to talk about, the XIV, but maybe you want to say that for Patreon.
Okay.
Because the volatility fund is really, really extremely detailed, deep shit,
Gotcha.
But that was a big loss I had.
There you go. Gotcha. There you go, guys. Do not get married, man. Like, it's just not in your best interest, guys. And one more thing I want to say, guys, a lot of the times when this woman walks down the aisle with you, she already has spoken to a divorce attorney prior to the wedding, guys. And that's an uncomfortable truth no one's going to tell you. There's a reason why they'll make it work for 10 years, 11 years, whatever it is, because she's already, strategized with an attorney. Hey, you're going to get this much. If you stick with him, just make it happen. And that's why they stick around, man. So don't be an idiot. Put yourself in that position. So let's get into these questions because we had some really good questions from the people. What was the first one, Chris?
Yeah,
we're pulling them up right now, guys.
All right.
And and we'll do the Q&A here. 1.2 million chat. Yep, 1.2 million.
And the first question, JP 199. Can I move out my mom's house with successful knowledge?
JP, I wish I knew what state you're in, but I'm going to assume that you live in, I'll give you an answer for a major city and a smaller, non-major city. If you're in a major city, you can get out with 6,000, but you're going to have to probably live in the hood. A lot of these apartments, especially, you're going to have to put a security deposit, first month, last month rent, depending on your credit score, all these things. So you're going to have to go to a lower end neighborhood, especially if you're like living in New York or LA or whatever.
You can get a studio.
You get a studio.
But it's going to be on the lower end of
and then we need to know your earning. How much money you're making, etc., to give you the best advice. So just respond back in the chat. If Chris sees you, tell us where you're at, how old you are, and if you have a job. That will greatly affect the advice we give. What's the next one, Chris?
Dylan 4999. James, how do you rate platform sources of technical analysis? The Terminal, Trading View. I think we said that already in chat, right?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah,
did we answer that?
I'm not familiar with Trading View. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Our next one?
He doesn't use Trading View, guys.
All right.
No, but did we answer that? Lightspeed, IBD.
Yeah, you did.
E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Schwab, Centerport.
Those are the 5 trading platforms.
I don't put any ones like in any specific order because I haven't used them, right? And sorry to say, but I mean, I'm required to use one because of my buying power. So I tell you, I haven't heard too many people complain about any of those. Like obviously when the GameStop thing happened, there was such high volume that all the trading platforms froze up. And I mean, I couldn't even make trades that day. If you look at my Twitter account, I put down on there, it's a no trade day because I couldn't get a trade off because everything was frozen basically.
Wow.
That's crazy.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, they had 500,000 new accounts just the Fidelity from Robinhood.
All right.
Okay.
That's
wow.
Super
huge.
chat here.
That's huge.
Okay,
Chris.
hold on, let's finish reading the rest.
No, this is important. Super chat.
1 second. Okay, we have a few.
Oh yeah, we got a couple of them just rolling in. Thank you guys for all the support. Seriously.
Yeah.
All right, code sale $5. Why would we need a legal contract for marriage?
No.
If the couple was really in love,
No.
I don't need a contract for my friend's family. Okay, gotcha.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me say
Facts.
something about that real quick, okay?
Yeah.
When I went through this whole bullshit, they were saying to me, everybody said to me, "Oh, you should have got a prenup. You should have got a prenup." I'm like, I'm going to tell you why. Because when you go into the lawyer and you get a prenup, it opens up every single time you have to do maintenance on it. The lawyer told me you have to do maintenance on a prenup, which means you have to go back every year or 2 years and you have to renegotiate the terms. So think how disgusting this is. You're going to be married to somebody that you supposedly love, but you're going to go back every year or two and renegotiate divorce criteria.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that
Sounds
sick?
great on paper, but
Damn.
it doesn't. It does. Yeah.
It's
It
huge.
sounds good on paper,
It's
but
huge,
it's,
bro.
you
It's
know.
huge what I just
And it's
said.
also going to remind her in her head too. Oh, this guy's signed a prenup. You know what? Let me just.
Yeah.
Right?
Sounds good on paper, but it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
We got Dylan with
with the big 99
Yo.
super chat.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Dylan.
Guys, I got a chance to speak with Steve, the accounting. What a great guy. Big things cooking. Thank you for the connection.
Yo, absolutely, Dylan.
Steve's the
Guys,
man.
hit up my accountant Steve. Okay, if you guys are forming a business, having issues with taxes, whatever it is. Well, number one, get on the course because we're going to break that down and you're going to have direct access to him. But number two, go ahead and get a consult with him, guys. He saved me well over $20,000 this year alone in taxes, man, by restructuring my business. And we made some strategy moves so that I can, be able to write some things off. So,
And guys, just so you know,
legally,
one consult with Steve is way more than the course.
yeah, it is a lot of
So
money.
you're getting Steve in the course multiple times. You can't beat that.
Yeah. So honestly, get the course. You'll get access to Steve,
Mhm.
and then you won't necessarily have to pay as much. And you'll help Steve out anyway because Steve is, he's helping us with the course.
Okay, the
So-
Rock 549. What are your thoughts on special prerequisite?
Perpuse acquisitions?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Can you say it again?
He's
What are your thoughts
asking
on the special Perpuse acquisitions?
acquisitions?
Perpuse?
I think he means special
Special
purpose
purpose?
acquisitions.
Okay, purpose.
Oh, SPACs.
Yeah.
Spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I think he spelled it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
For me and my trading style, I don't do it, right?
Okay.
But
Mhm.
if it sets up during the day, right, when it's on my platform and it has the correct volume and it has the correct setup, I'll take the trade, but I'm not an investor in those things, right?
Okay.
Because I don't know enough about it. And by the way, okay, here's some huge value right here. Even if you work for a company, like let's say I work for XYZ airline,
Mhm.
okay? This is super important. So let me say this right now. If I look in the back and I see a lot of passengers, right? And everybody's like, oh, the value of the stock's going to go up because now we're flying more people, right?
Mhm.
And it's already baked in. It's already baked into the freaking stock price. Don't say that, that we flew to point A, B, C with less fuel and they're going to spread that across all the fleets. Therefore, the price is going to go up because everything that you already think or know is baked into the price. So the only thing that matters, everybody listen to me, price is the only thing that pays. Price is the only thing that pays. It's huge. It's huge. It's not what I think's going to happen, but it's price.
Price.
So base all your decisions and trades on price and some target and some decision where you're going to get out.
Bam.
Wow.
Bam, bam, right there, guys.
Right. So that's
Um,
trader knowledge stuff.
Let's we got some other really good questions. We'll
Go ahead.
Chris, can we pull some of those questions up from earlier?
Yes,
We got-
okay.
We got some that might go away.
No, those
no,
chats just came in.
We're fine.
Okay.
I got it. A link.
Every
$5.
question will get answered, guys. Don't worry. Go
For
ahead, Link.
beginner, what's a good number of stocks to purchase to see some real return in your portfolio percentage?
Okay, so we chatted about that already, and we said we don't believe in buying individual stocks. If you want to go and do that, I already said those FAA and G stocks are pretty aggressive, you know, especially if you're younger or whatever, you're a long-term holder. But again, I'm going to recommend against that and just put in your retirement account the S&P 500 overall market, which is SPY, or
it's been consistent over what 10% return, like pretty much.
Great
average?
Answer. I can give you that actually, and you know that one chart that I wanted to show you.
Yeah.
It depends over the time frame that your returns are going to matter. For example, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but real quick, like we're talking 45% for the QQQ and 20% for the SPY. So that's over the last year. Okay. So that's huge. But okay, this is huge. This should have been said way before, and I apologize about this. The average stock market return, the average return for the stock market is only 4 to 5% per year over the history of the whole market.
Okay.
Now you guys can Google that and you're probably, well, he's wrong. It's a 5.5%, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's still 4 to 6% in that range. Now, why has it been, 20% over a 1 year return, 48% in the 3 year return, and 122% in 5 year return? Because we're in a bull market.
Yeah.
Okay. It depends on the time we're involved.
Okay.
Link, I hope you got some value from that. Thank you as always, asking good questions. All right, who's next?
Yes, so I heard G earlier. Everything this guy says on point. Question: what main mental psychology shift do you credit your success as a day trader?
Right. So that's a huge question. That's like that's what my forte is mindset, right? I mean, anybody can see $10 a share. I'm going to buy and I'm going to sell it at this point. I'm going to have my stop loss. I'm all about here. Trading, my friends, is up here. The game is won or lost in the mind. Okay. And that's what separates elite traders from everybody else. A winner from an average person. And isn't that true in dating too?
Of course.
And in life also? Right. Think about that. It's all mindset. And it's basically being in what I look at myself, and this is going to go into the Patreon part, right? But pre-market prep, we'll talk about this. So there's so much to talk about still, is just a king warrior mentality. I have supreme confidence. This is why I'm a winner. Okay, so I can sit here and talk all nice to you guys all day. Oh, yeah, isn't it nice weather? Isn't this fun? Blah, blah, blah. But when I get in front of the trading platform, when I get in front of the gym, when I'm out, I own everything, Myron and Fresh and Chris. I walk into the goddamn gym and I own the gym. When I'm at the club, if I go out to club, which is not too many of them, right? You guys got to invite me
nowadays,
out, right? Do I got to commit me? You guys going to invite me out?
Yeah. We're gonna pop some bottles.
We got you, man.
We're gonna pop some bottles of James Bradley.
Who walks in the club and just saying, I own this place? That's what it takes. We know that, right? Okay. It's just like you guys with this podcast. There is no way it's going to lose. It's going to be a winner. It's going to be a big winner. I'm going to win. We're going to be fucking huge.
We're the best.
We're the best.
DJ Khaled.
We're assembling the Florida team, guys. South Florida, stand up. You know what I'm saying?
And all these people have been trying to attack you guys and stuff. It's hilarious. The roast, man, were great.
Yeah, thank you, James. I appreciate it.
Anyway, next question.
All right, so we have 3 more back ones, and then we have some more.
So the new ones. Okay, cool.
Yes,
Get your questions in now, guys. Your chance to ask a multi-millionaire stock trader questions. And he's a pilot too, guys. So if you guys got questions about aviation, ask him.
Absolutely.
So more M21, $5. How does taxation works with stocks? Exactly, in detail.
How does what work with stocks?
Taxation
with stocks.
Is a lot higher short-term gains and long-term gains. I mean,
also, what do you think the next Tesla type of stock would be?
Okay, so 2-part question. First one is the first one is what? Say that again, Chris.
First one, how does taxation affect stocks?
So I think you guys want to get on Myron and Fresh and Chris's your accountant deal for that, right?
Yeah,
that'll be a lot better, right? Because I mean, my accountant takes care. My accountant takes care of everything, baby. Right? So I mean, why do I have to know that tax rate? I'm sorry, I don't know what it is. Right?
You just make the money and you let your
right. I mean,
handle it.
And never, ever, ever make a stock trading decision on tax.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, well, if I sell now, I'm going to owe all this. As a matter of fact, one of my buddies today, he made a shitload of money in Apple stock. And he's like, I was so pissed off. I owe them $20,000. I got to pay. I'm like, Kurt, I'm like,
You already lost
Did
that
you?
mindset.
did you fucking make the money? Yeah. Why are you complaining, dude?
Yeah.
You made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Who cares if you got to pay the tax?
Yeah.
Well, I have to sell stock to pay for the tax. Is it better than, would you rather have lost?
Yeah.
Would you
seriously.
rather lost $3,000,
Yeah.
or 5,000 or 10,000?
Yep.
You made money, man.
Mhm.
Be happy.
Steve is the guy you want to talk to.
Yep.
Our accountant, if he will be in the Zoom calls, join the course, man. Ask these questions, guys, because he'll be able to
Steve from accounting.
help you with that. He's a CPA here in Florida,
Mhm.
deals with very wealthy people and startup businesses like ourselves as well, man.
Right.
So everywhere in the range.
So we got 2 more, and we got about 7 more active ones.
Okay.
Taboo Smash 199. How much time a day do you take for trade?
Okay. Real quickie. The other caller asks, what's the next Tesla or the next SPAC? I don't know.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't read journals, right? I don't sit on my free time and do that. And I'm not putting the question down or respect to all you guys. Everybody up in chat, I mean, and by the way, I'm putting in 2 to 3 hours with you guys on the chat moderating, and everybody's, oh, well, how do you so successful and you have time to sit in chats and just waste time? I don't waste time in the chats. First of all, I'm helping you guys, right?
Yep.
By putting your links in like crazy. And
Absolutely.
so Lucario, shout out to Lucario Miles
Shout out
and
to
April, and a couple other people. I love Bulldog Mindset. John Sonma's great guy,
Absolutely.
And anyway, so my day is extremely disciplined. Now we're getting into that real deep stuff here about mindset, and I don't really want to go that deep because that should be for later on. But I will tell you this: how much time do I spend in a trade? Literally 1 or 2 minutes. That's how long my trades are.
Nice.
You made like $2,000 in a minute earlier today, right?
I made 1150, and it was in 2 trades, total of a minute and a half.
There you go.
And my
Bam.
my trade on Friday was 29 seconds.
Okay.
My shortest trade was, I want to say 6 seconds, but I'm better than a sniper, right? I can read the market, can read the conditions, click, partial out, done for the day, go to the gym,
Bam.
right? That's
$1,000 made before he even
Right?
like brushed his teeth.
Okay.
All right.
And
I'm giving James all my money.
The last back question from earlier, The Rock 549. What are your thoughts on SPOCs?
SPOCs. Okay. And by the way, that's why I don't own real estate. I don't own real estate because I can go in and I can get a payment from a renter.
You'll make a rental payment in a minute.
I don't have to deal with the faucet's
Yeah.
fucking leaking, and no offense.
Yeah.
I love real estate. Great idea. You get the appreciation of the house, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, SPACs. I know. Everybody wants to know the next SPAC. It's going to be the next home run, right?
Here we go.
I'm sorry, man. I just don't spend time. I apologize. Reading journals and online news, and my day is like we talked about, very specific and focused and extremely like a scalpel knife. I get up, I trade, I go to the gym. I have a ton of other stuff I do with businesses, and I mean I don't really have time. I have no interest in it.
You mentioned earlier that you're a niche trader. You have a certain an expertise. Can you tell the people exactly what it is that you are the market expert at with trading in the stock market? If you want to,
in
you
a
don't
nutshell.
have to.
No,
Okay.
no, it's not that I want to give it up, but this
Okay.
would be definitely something for this was a saving for the higher
Okay.
model. Okay,
Okay,
but
so,
I'll just
Give them
be
a general then.
general. I look for high volume stocks pre-market and that are either gapping up or gapping down. Right now, I got to go into what that is. That's a whole nother discussion.
Okay.
A gap up.
We'll
and
talk
a
about it
gap,
later.
right? And basically, for that person's knowledge, that would just be a few moments in the market. That's the summation of what I do.
Making $1,000.
Sometimes $200 to $300, average 1,000, and I mean many times 10,000, 20,000. 15,000 many times in a short period of time. I can show you all the P&Ls, which is profit and loss, you know? So that's a big thing, is you want to cut your losers very short and you want to let your winners run. But I don't know how far they're going to run.
Yeah.
Sometimes they run a little bit. I make $200 or $300. Sometimes they run a lot and I'll make 10, 15, 20,000.
Now, I'll ask this, James, because the people are going to want to know. You only had 7 losing days in 2020.
Undocumented, which means I haven't had somebody audit it, but yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
If you don't mind us asking, how much did you earn in 2020 from trading alone?
Right. So I'm just going to tell you this. In last month in January, I made $45,000, and that was only trading the first few minutes of the market every day.
Okay.
So
Do the math, guys.
So here,
for
if
2020.
if you want to do, I'll even
Yeah.
tell you what I made. Right in January, I made $25,000 being a pilot, and then plus $45,000 day trading the open. So $70,000 in January. I made.
1 month.
1 month.
Bang bang.
Holy
But
And
smokes.
45K came from trading, guys.
And how much time is the most important part of that?
Exactly, yes.
How much time did I put to make that $45,000? Literally, while the pre-market prep was maybe about an hour, and then when the market opened at 9:30, I was done by like at the latest 10 at the latest. So my actually time in the trade was only about 1 to 3 minutes, maybe on average.
Dang, son.
So I'm doing all that but again, look how long it took me to take. How
Yeah.
long it took me to
The
get
decades.
there.
The decades.
Yeah.
It took, dude, it took a long time. I would have given up. If you would told me back when I started this, hey, someday you're going to get there, but it's going to take you, 15 plus years to get there. It's a lot of money and time, hours and hours and hours in the seat, just learning shit, I mean, it's a real, just like being a pilot,
It's
just like being a doctor,
Yep.
just like being a lawyer.
Mhm.
I mean, you don't get there overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Awesome.
what stop the gambling mentality. Everybody stop the gambling. Oh, I'm going to put the money in. I'm going to make 50 grand. It's going to change my life. It's not going to change your
They
life.
want microwave results.
Correct.
That's what they want.
Learn how to fish, guys. Don't eat the fish that one time. Learn how to fish. All right, let's continue with the super
All
chats
right,
because we got some great
8
questions.
super chats. Chris Norwood, $30 under the VAW Act immigration provision. Foreign women can come to the U.S. to document any disagreement, claim abuse, and citizenship right away, and divorce. RP up, great show. Appreciate info.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Cool.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, Avery Jones.
Avery Jones, $20. James Bradley, thank you very much for sharing this story with us. All men need to hear this. Much respect to you, my brother.
Thank
you.
you, Avery.
Thank you,
I
James.
appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
Thanks, Avery.
1 second.
Want to make sure we get everyone's super chat, guys. Thank you so much for the support, man.
For real.
Seriously, like
Okay.
means a lot.
Gohar
GK.
Khan, $4.99. Do you think blockchain smart contracts will cut out third parties when it comes to investing in real estate?
I really have no knowledge about Bitcoin. And I admitted that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How I trade Bitcoin is I trade Bitcoin through regular stocks.
Okay.
Like Mara, MARA, and there's a bunch of stocks that are Bitcoin crypto stocks.
Yeah.
And I basically just trade those during my session, and I don't buy and hold anything. The only thing I buy and hold really is the market. So if you ask me, hey, what do I have my retirement in? Just like I told you, SPY and QQQ. I mean, okay, great. You're ready. This is gonna be huge.
Okay.
You only
Listen up,
have
guys.
so much fucking brain power and energy during the day,
Yeah.
right? So you got to collect that and choose where you're going to allocate it.
Yep.
I allocate it on basically my trades in the morning,
Mhm.
right? And 2 on my long-term retirement accounts. Now, don't get me wrong. I get out and get in those retirement accounts because I'm good, right? Because I'm good,
Yeah.
I mean, for example, I sold everything before the COVID waterfall,
Okay.
right? I mean, that's pretty insane,
Did you
isn't
see
it?
it coming?
Because in the stocks chart I did,
You did see it
and
coming.
I told I promised me after the show I'm going to show you a text.
Okay.
I said I sold all my SPY and QQQ in my retirement account on February 16th, I think it was, and I'll show you that. Just prove it to you, right? And then I bought back at the bottom, but the point is, I told all my friends, I'm like, they have to come out with some really big news about this one, or because I saw a waterfall coming.
Mhm.
I saw it coming, and. Okay, so now we're not going to get involved in any COVID discussion, but if they have that much of a massive sell-off, they have to generate some news. God, I hope you get my drift on that.
Yeah.
You get my drift,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Plus, we got limited time
Yeah.
too, so let's go. Let's move on.
So
Okay, we got
that was-
Harry.
Go ahead.
That was deep.
Nicholas 499. What trades are you looking at in the likely scenario of stagflation for yourself, not me? Obviously, this isn't financial advice.
Of the what?
Stagflation.
Stagflation.
Yeah.
I don't think we're in. So I can answer macro questions, okay, and they're my guess. I think we're going to be in a huge inflationary cycle. Okay, I think rates are low, but I think you're going to see everything go up. I think you're going to see gasoline, electricity, everything, cocoa, beef, everything go up. All the commodities are going to go up.
And he's saying, what trades are you looking at in the likely scenario of stagflation?
I don't, because I don't trade individual stocks like that. I just I scalp in the morning, whatever's in play in the day in that morning, right? Yep. And then for the long term stuff, I have SPY and QQQ, and I don't mess with the market because it costs you so much brain power to do this. Do you understand? I mean, it's a huge amount of research. Let's talk about Red Bull. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can know the content, you can know how many stores they have. It's called fundamentals, right? And I went to college and I have a damn good degree in business, and I learned all return on investments and all the spreadsheets and all the statements and all that. Okay, I'm going to get crucified for this, but it doesn't matter because only price pays. Remember, it's only in the stock chart, right? Oh, okay, you get my drift, right? You know,
you're literally not even looking at feeling or the business. You're looking at the numbers strictly.
Sometimes I'm going to tell you, I don't even look at the ticker symbol. I don't know if it's Ford. I don't know if it's Coca-Cola. I don't know if it's anything. I just flip through charts and I'm like, okay.
So you have that deep of an understanding of the numbers, which really matters. That's where the money
stock
is made.
Charts. I'm a total. I don't like the word technical analysis, but I'm more like a quant data research guy.
Damn.
And the best people that do well trading are engineers, right? I mean. Yeah.
It's funny because
good question, Harry.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So here had a question in the past.
I believe we answered it.
Yeah, we answered it.
We answered it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We answered
All
it. Right. 499, at what point did you quit your job as a pilot and day trade full time?
Sure.
What's your general answer for it?
Great question.
Good question, Z.
Great question. I am a full-time airline pilot.
Boom.
I'm a full-time day trader. Think about that. That's King Apex shit right there, right? On the top of both of my fields.
And you need 20,000 to day trade, right? Or is it 20 or 10,000?
Again, it's, I don't know, PDT rule. I think it's 25,000. I'm not sure, right?
25,000.
Right.
But you recommend 50.
I recommend 50, right?
Gotcha.
And then
Right.
as far as that question is concerned, real quick, everybody's like, how can he fly and trade? Think about it. It's a legitimate question, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what if I'm flying to Europe or I'm going down to South America? Are you not there for the open? Great question. Well, here's my answer. I happen to be smart enough how to bid my schedule at the airline that I can fly on Friday afternoon and I can land at Monday morning at 6 a.m. So I'm cramming. Dude, you won't see a harder working motherfucker except for you guys. Okay. I put all of my time flying in a compressed time when the market's down. On occasion, don't get me wrong, I will fly over a Monday or Friday, right? Because my journal, and save that for the Patreon. Remember that journaling, okay? And for all you guys out there, it's important. Okay. So yeah, did I answer that? Okay, let's go on to the next one.
Z, get in the Zoom call, Z. You need to get in there because this is the person you want to talk to because me and you have had discussions about this. JB84,
$10. I heard pilots have a very strict standards and regulations. Is it true that you have to get tested regularly and not be positive for alcohol, drugs, or have a mental health condition?
Absolutely correct. It's the most scrutinized. I don't want to say crazy because it makes the flying public feel great. But every 6 months, I go to a simulator, and the simulator simulates, right? Engine fires, hydraulic failures, pressurization problems for 4 hours with 2 guys in there. We get verbally quizzed, all the systems. Hey, tell me about this system. Tell me about this system. Wow. After you get all that done, you have written tests. Then you've got a medical test. I actually have a medical license. So to be a pilot, you have to have a license where you go into the doctor and they check your hearing, they check your eyesight, they check your heart rate. I mean, it's really NASA level stuff. Wow. You know? So I mean, it's like when I got hired at this airline that I'm at right now, I can't say any names, but I was one of 25,000 applicants. It's extremely competitive.
Yes. Wow.
Extremely. Let me tell you what else. You know that's 92% military. I'm not. I'm civilian. So that's you can see how tough it was for me to get in there, right? Now, don't get me wrong. People say, oh, you were part of a merger or whatever. Yeah, that's true, but it was still really challenging to get where I'm at, you know?
Bam. Okay.
Next.
All right.
How are we doing?
69, $2. Do I get the course if I join a $200 Patreon?
No, you get the credit card webinar.
But you get you get the webinars if you got the Patreon.
Yeah. So you get the credit card webinar if you're in there.
All right. One Nick 499.
Shout out to Nick.
Freshandfit.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
a lot of value tonight.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, bro. All right.
Let's see. One Nick again 499. What's your opinion on ZOM? I'm currently invested.
ZOM. He's asking
ZM.
ZOM. He said
ZOM.
I think, is that Zoom? Is that the code for Zoom?
Are you talking about XOM?
Winning with Nick. He says, what's your opinion on ZOM? I'm currently invested.
ZOM.
ZOM.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Let me look it up and see what
I don't have my platform. If I had my platform, I could look at the price chart for you, but I don't know.
And Nick, clarify in the chat if you mean Zoom or what is because
Okay, cool. And in the meantime, we have Nonstop Dre 360, $5. How much money in network and how many income streams should a guy have by the age of 30 and age 35? I'm 24 in college for computer science. Your thoughts?
I think Myron and Fresh should answer that.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
So
Fresh.
yeah, I was actually in school for computer science as well. A little bit younger than you, but honestly, man, I would say like Myron says for being high value, 100K, 6 figures.
Yeah.
What else? A year, and hold on, Chris, could you bring back?
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Yeah. And ZOM is a niche vet stock for pets. Is a niche vet stock for pets. Okay.
Net worth is relative, bro, because it could be in stocks, it could be in real estate.
Yeah.
It's hard to say what it should be. I'll just to say to be fair, what?
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, man, like by
3
age
times
30 and age 35.
I'll say 3 times your annual income. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people I would say at 30 years old, you're probably just starting to get real money.
Yeah.
Just don't be negative, man.
Yeah.
Just don't be negative. And I wouldn't worry too much about like having a crazy net worth at 30 and 35. This is where you're building. You know what I'm saying? That's more of a question when you're in your 40s and 50s. What's your net worth?
Correct.
So just focus on acquiring assets. Because remember, man, your net worth is nothing more than your assets minus your liabilities.
Mm-hmm.
So just make sure that you're at least positive at 30 and then work towards increasing it. And as far as income streams go, man, in today's day and age with this beer bug going on, dude, you want 2 to 3 bare minimum, man. You want 2 to 3 different streams of income.
Let me jump in here. Every time
please.
you have a regular job for a regular company, you better start looking for your next one.
Bam.
Boom.
There you go.
Facts.
Always.
There you go. And at your age, man, 30, 35, you should be working all the time. You should never be home. You should always be either, if you do work from home, that's one thing, but you should be working all the time. Go ahead, Chris. We got some more chats. Right?
Spencer.
Oh, with the ZOM, he's saying it was
Again, I apologize, but remember,
It's a
I don't
niche
do
stock,
I don't do any individual stocks. I don't do any individual stocks, so I can't give a recommendation.
Okay.
And I just want to say this: unless you're a sophisticated investor or you know how to technically day trade, you shouldn't be doing individual stocks either. Again,
Bam.
just that's
you go.
my opinion as love for you. You know,
Gotcha.
so
there you go, guys. Unless you know what you're doing, you shouldn't be dealing with individual stocks anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And guys, I posted a link in the chat on the Freshandfit, so check and see.
Okay.
Some people are linking half the link, so the official link is on the Freshandfit. All right, Spencer, $5. Can you speak more discipline as a trader? By far my weakest point. Sometimes I feel the more I learned, the harder it becomes to trade.
you know when you're gonna be tired, when you're gonna stop losing, when you make that choice. So in other words, you're gonna repeat the loss or repeat the same problem you're having, and in doing so, you will be tired of losing money, and then you'll have that behavior change. So that comes back to mindset, and we could talk a long time for that, but
okay.
Yeah, I just want to say that you're going to have to make a decision by writing down your rules. Write down your rules on a pad, put them on your wall, put them right next to your platform, your trading platform, and you're going to have to repeatedly, why don't you? Here's some great. This is what I would coach. If I was going to coach you, I would say reduce your position size until you get to the point where you're comfortable with or you're successful in your profitable trades. So maybe your position size are too big and you're losing money and you don't have a solid process. So you need an edge, you need a process. I'm going too deep into the Patreon stuff.
All right, so we got Zohar again.
Zohar for 999. Myron, I may join. I'm giving this just to say thank you. Great value.
No, man, no worries, dude. We're going to give some more secret sauce way behind the scenes, guys, where James is going to go into the nitty gritty for the guys. Basically, guys, this Zoom call is going to be strictly for stocks, trading, making money. We're going to try to refrain from talking about girls. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty much James is going to be the special guest, and it's going to be about making money on the stock market, guys, what it's going to be.
Right.
Anything else?
We're good.
Okay. So, guys, with that said, get the course. Okay, the course is out. The High Value course of High Value Academy. It's out there, guys. Click the link below. Get in. If you get in the next 2 days, like we said in the pre-sale, you're going to get access to the credit card webinar where I'm going to teach you guys exactly how I built up my 810 credit score, which is going to be critical for you to buy assets. Get on the Patreon, patreon.com/freshfit, the highest tier, guys. It's only $200 a month, and you're going to get access to Zoom calls with people like James Bradley, myself, Steve from accounting, etc. Whereas if you did 1 hour with us one-on-one with me or Fresh, it's $200 an hour versus now you get to, and I mean, hell, James charges $500+ an hour just to talk to him about stocks. You know what I'm saying? And he barely does it because he loses money at
also,
that point.
the best part of this is the Telegram chat.
And the Telegram chat.
24/7 access to me, Myron, all these people is insane value.
Yeah. So get in there, guys. We're going to have this Zoom call here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to go. And then you guys will be able to ask James questions about the stocks. And we're going to cover a lot of secret sauce stuff that we did not want to talk about here on YouTube.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is your chance to talk to a multimillionaire that is a trader, guys.
Boom.
So he's done the experience, so you don't have to go through the losses.
And
And
James,
James-
I'm telling you, man, I get people on Twitter. Okay, you're a legend. You're the greatest of all time. I mean, I hear it all the time, you know, for what I do. And I'm not like a guy that goes in and swings trades like 2 or 3 days and hey man, look, I made $3,000 or $4,000 in this. I don't do that. I do magical shit with like a few moments of the open, which is a very rare skill.
Yep.
You know, it's another.
And James has the receipts, man. He has a
He does.
big stack of papers to show you guys how much money he's made, man.
You know, it's another definition of high value. And other people talk about you, and you don't have to brag. They
Bam.
do it
Thanks.
themselves.
Bang, bang,
Thanks,
man.
James, where can people find you, man?
So on my Twitter account is _James Bradley __, and then same thing on Instagram, right? It's _James Bradley __, and then my email would be jamesbradley1@gmail.com. And you guys are going to help me. I put you on the spot here with the social media stuff, right? Because
We
I'm
got you.
still
Yeah.
kind of new to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then one more thing, when I come in the chat room and I'm moderating you guys, okay, don't ask me any questions about the stock because it's supposed to be for these guys, right?
right.
So
So this is your chance to ask him, guys. So
Yep.
right now.
There you go.
So, all right, guys, we're going to catch you on Wednesday where we're going to have a special guest
Yes.
in studio. We were not going to tell you guys who yet, but it's going to be someone pretty big.
Yep.
Here in Miami, especially. So,
I don't even know.
so guys.